I make mistakes. I'm not it takes a big man to admit that he makes mistakes. I'll tell you that right now. A big man to admit that he makes mistakes. A small man would not admit that he makes.
That's a huge.
It's a snake. What can you tell us about this snake, ma'am?
Well, did I mention that he bites?
Yes.
Okay. Well, other than that, he can swim in the water, and he's a very good swimmer. He'll hold his breath for up to an hour.
You don't say. He bites, huh?
Wow. It's really big.
Well, that's because this guy over here is albino.
Albino. Everyone makes fun of him. Oh, look at that. him and Adam Egan seem to be kicking it off.
All right, okay.
Okay,
right.
Well,
Okay.
we really have to be talking to Simon Hedberg, you know. It's been quite a terrifying surprise. There we go.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Oh my God.
Oh boy. I wish those animals never existed.
It was way cooler than those dogs.
Yeah. Do you know, if it wasn't for those animals, we'd all be living in a garden. I'll tell you, that's the last time we have any animal handlers on this show.
I thought it was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. With that, no, I'm sorry. Well, I'll tell you, I don't know why I'm saying all this. We'll be back after the break with the great Simon Hedberg. Ow! Ow! My leg!
You all right? What the fuck, man?
The snake's out. The snake, Michelle, come get the snake.
Norm?
Grab the snake.
Norm, you all right?
Grab the snake.
My calf is all purple,
I'm looking
and I
at it
have
now.
2 red puncture marks on it.
Yeah, it's probably from where the snake bit you.
That's probably from where the snake bit me?
Yeah.
Duh. Duh. Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
You remember earlier when you said that's probably from where the snake bit me? Duh.
You have about 9 minutes and 15 seconds.
Oh, God.
Well, hold on. It's important. It says here it's important to remain calm, and you need to get your heart rate down. Let's check your pulse.
So you're telling me that I have 9 minutes to live because snake venom is coursing through my heart. And at the same time, you're telling me this would be a good time to remain calm.
Yeah.
Duh.
I gotta suck out the venom.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, give me your calf.
It's right on the calf there.
All right.
Oh, thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you suck that venom out. That's nice. Suck it out good. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh, yeah, you fucking like that, huh? You like sucking that fucking pre-venom? Huh?
No.
Huh?
No, I don't like it at all.
No,
I'm just trying to help you out.
No, I understand that, but I mean, I meant to say thank you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, fucking suck that venom. Yeah, you fucking suck that fucking venom. Yeah, you want to spit it out? You got a fucking mouth load of it. I'll fucking shoot it out of your face, you fucking cunt. You fucking whore. Ah! Wow.
Oh, thanks, dude. I didn't get any of that in my mouth.
Yeah, no problem, man. We'll be back with Simon Hedberg. You fucking sit down.
Hey, Mr. Thornton, man. How did you come to be on that episode of Norm MacDonald Live? Had you met him before, or what the heck? How did that happen? How'd it come about?
Yeah, I've known Norm over the years. Sure, yeah. Nice guy.
He's my favorite comic. You're one of my favorite actors.
I got to tell you, Norm is hilarious. It's hard to beat Norm.
You did that big arena tour, didn't you?
I did this. Me and Sandler and Spade, Schneider, Norm MacDonald, and
How funny is Norm MacDonald?
Oh, he's amazing. Ah, what?
Who's the funniest out of that group?
Fuck.
Like
I don't know.
Can I speak from the outside? It's weird because like one night it's him, one night it's that's this thing about that's an all-star lineup right there, and Norm MacDonald is a funny motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, I just watch. I don't watch comedy. I just watch clips of Norm MacDonald.
Yeah,
that's all I like.
Yeah,
I like Norm.
He's the best.
Yeah, Norm does it for me.
I haven't seen the show. I saw a couple episodes. It was pretty good.
Of the
I used to love
Netflix
that
show?
podcast.
It's the same thing, basically. Yeah.
But there's a magic to that podcast because it came out of nowhere.
Right.
You're just not expecting Norm to
It's the
have a
best
platform.
podcast ever.
That first season of the Norm MacDonald podcast was...
Yeah, it's the best podcast ever.
That's number 1. Cumtown number 2. Rad Dude Cast number 3.
This is you may get annoyed at this, but this one time I was listening to a bunch of old clips of Norm MacDonald, and Norm was talking about the Death Squad. Have
yeah.
you heard that?
He talks about me a lot. It is so fucking
But it's
funny.
weird. It's really
so
strange. It's like,
funny.
why the fuck does Norm MacDonald? Because he was like, Death Squad. It sounds like a fucking group of fist fighters, not a comedy crew. You're like, what?
He is so hilarious.
It's interesting. Here's what it is, though. To me,
he did a Death Squad show also. So
well, he's talking shit because he likes it, right? He likes to mock things. You only mock things as a comedian that you enjoy. Like when we shit on each other, we joke around about each other's shit. It's only because we fucking enjoy each other. Otherwise, there's no way to really know if you get along with someone if you can't joke around. And I think he does that because he recognizes it. But it's like from a distance, someone could be like, "Dude, he hates those guys." It's like the fact that he knows it is even more important. To me, it's like, that's fucking incredible.
Yeah, it's funny. I had a show, I did Death Squad show in Denver at the Comedy Works. And
Such a good club.
He was there like the following day. But he came early, and he was just checking out the show, and it was right before we were about to start. And I'm like, he's like, "Hey, what's going on here?" And I'm like, "Hey, if you want to jump on the show," he's like, "What is it?" He's like, "So it's Death Squad show." And he goes, "What the?" But he used to do it when I first told him about it. So like,
Death
I think
that sound like a comedy.
He's so
crew.
hilarious.
Yeah.
No, I better not say that.
Say it. Don't not say it. Don't not say it. The name of this episode is going to be "Don't Not Say It."
Okay.
Come on.
One of the most funniest things about this is so mean, but one of the funniest things about Norm is like he really helped me out with my hygiene, hair hygiene.
Yeah.
Because that night when I was like talking to him, I look over to him and he had like literally a black like spite, like it looked like a bush, like a woman's 70s bush coming out of his ear hair.
He had a pussy ear?
And it freaked me out. So that night I went home to one of those like hotel mirrors that's really close up.
Right.
I look and I had like 2 of them. I'm like, oh my God, no one told me about this. And so now I've always wanted to like tell him like,
Tell
hey,
him that
man,
he was the inspiration?
you got like a quarter-sized bush hanging.
Well, now I hope he sees this and hears this.
I feel bad.
Yeah, the Death Squad guy says I got a lot of ear hair. Fuck him.
But
man.
what did you want somebody to tell you?
Yeah, no, honestly, dude, most of us probably want somebody to tell us, but for the most part, we're so embarrassed about these shortcomings that you're like, please don't let me know about that fucking shit.
So now I'm freaked out about that and nose hairs.
That's funny. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
If a comedian can't take a joke about that shit, I mean, we're in deep shit.
Have you met Norm MacDonald before?
I got to work with Norm, and I guess I mean I hope he doesn't mind if I tell him because this is a very endearing.
Last Comic Standing.
No, I did.
Right?
I did the season before.
Okay.
But I got to work with him one week, and we.
What did you do?
Oh man, I watched every single set he did, and it was so cool. And we actually got. You know what? I already got into the story, so I got to tell it. But
Let's hear it. Yeah, that's fine.
He wanted to get high.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I don't really get high before shows, but afterwards, cool. And
Sure.
he's like, no, now.
Well, when Norm MacDonald says now,
Right.
You say yes.
Correct.
And he goes and hands me the joint, and I was like, okay. And then he hands it back for a second hit, and I was like, no thanks. And he goes, what's your problem? And I go, well, I'm just worried I'm going to repeat a joke, and I still have to go up and bring you up because the opener was on.
Right.
And I was hosting. So I still have to go up there and bring you up, and I just don't. I already did some jokes earlier, and I just don't want to tell the same joke again. And he goes, "That's insane. You're an idiot. Smoke this." and so I smoked it, and then we go inside, and I'm so high. I go, "I'm just going to bring you up. I'm not going to do any time. I'm just going to bring you up." And he's like, "No, do a couple minutes." And I go, "No, please, just let me just bring you up." And he goes, "No, do 5 minutes." This guy's doing really well. Give me, take a little, do a little time in between.
you need a little buffer between comments.
Yeah.
Right.
I said, okay. So I went up there and I was so high, I was like, I don't even remember what I said in the first half of my set. So I'm just going to tell jokes that I haven't told in years. And when I told a joke,
so you told the audience, you let the audience in on the fact that you had been.
No, the audience didn't know.
They didn't
So
know.
I would just tell.
Okay. Oh, so you just said that to yourself. I'm just going to do jokes I haven't done in 5 years.
Yes,
Okay.
and I walked on stage and I would tell a joke, and then I would watch the audience, and if they laughed, I would relax and go, okay, that one down. And I did that the whole set. It was horrible. I was so stressed out, and then I just said, ladies and gentlemen, Norm MacDonald. And I look over to my right, and there he is walking the opposite way. and the feature turned him around and pointed him to the stage.
Over here, Norm.
That's
Norm.
how high we got by accident.
By accident, like you tripped on a joint. But I mean,
I love the peer pressure from Norm, though. That's awesome. It's like a high school and middle school all over again.
And he's my hero. So I just, for me, that was I was a little worried about him. But then he walked on stage and he opened it up with this great bit, and he was crushing.
Right.
He was destroying. And then he got the light, and then he started to wrap it up. And he started to tell the joke he opened with. And I started to freak out. I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
And the audience thought it was a joke. They thought he was being Norm.
Sure.
But when he delivered the punchline, and it was the same punchline, they realized he had just forgotten his joke, and they didn't laugh. They felt a little betrayed, and he walked off stage in complete confusion. And
that bit usually kills.
And then the feature goes, "You told the same joke twice, you idiot." And he goes, "No." And then he looks at me and he goes, "This is your fault." And I never got to work with him again. That was the last time I worked with Norm.
But you know what? With Norm MacDonald, though, that's Norm. He's so irreverent that
you'd almost expect it.
He can do that.
Yeah.
And that's a bit in itself. I mean, look at the cauliflower joke he did on the roast of Bob Saget.
Yeah.
That bit, he purposely went up there on that roast and bombed on purpose.
Yeah.
And it was genius.
Yeah.
And have you heard that bit?
Watch Norm MacDonald roast. Who was he roasting?
It was Bob Saget.
Bob Saget.
Your head looks like a cauliflower or something like that. I'm not going to do the bit, but yeah, go back and.
New songs on the radio sounding fake. Prince and Genesis for better anyway.
Your favorite guests are always like the Bill Burr, Norm MacDonald. This
Yes.
might go off the rails really fast.
I
type of
mean,
guys.
yeah. I mean, Norm MacDonald, one of the great talk show guests of all time. He invented something that no, Norm MacDonald invented this amazing thing that I've never seen anybody do before or since. It's kind of like he split the atom. It was that revolutionary. Norm would come on and he would, instead of telling you a real story, like if I had you on the show and you're like, "Hey, Bill, tell me, well, and remember I was living in Chestnut Hill once," and you would tell a real story about what happened to you in your life. Norm tells old jokes as stories that happened to him.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, "Norm, what are you up to?" And I mean, really old jokes from like the 1920s. And he'd be like, "Well, Conan, I don't know if you're aware that I purchased a farm, Conan." I'd be like, "Really? You purchased a?" Yeah. I purchased a farm. Of course, I have 3 daughters. And I'm like, "You have 3 daughters?" "Yeah, I have 3 daughters on the farm. One very attractive, one not as attractive, and of course the third not, kind of." "Well, she's ugly, Conan. She's ugly." And I'd be like, "Well, one day, this traveling salesman comes to the farm, and he says, now, Norm, I tell you. And then it's like he's telling an old traveling salesman joke.
Yeah.
But
about halfway through where it's going.
I mean, I usually know. I know kind of what he's doing. I'm laughing that he has the balls to do this. I'm laughing at the audacity. So I don't even care if this joke lands or not. I'm laughing that he's committing to the fact that, no, he doesn't have a farm. He doesn't have 3 daughters. There's no traveling salesman. But he doesn't care in a way that is exhilarating and scary at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
plus, he probably has some people in the audience who are taking completely seriously, right?
Yes. Yeah. He's got some people thinking.
We call them tourists.
Yes, we call them. They're usually from San Bernardino.
Well, Norm had the greatest talk show moment in the history of talk shows with Courtney Thorne Smith.
That was epic. That was so great. And it's funny because
it's lived on. Who knew that we were going to have YouTube eventually? We could just queue it up on command.
God bless YouTube. I had no idea when those things were happening. I thought, we're talking 1993, 94. When those things were happening, I thought, what did I know? I just thought if you were up and you saw it, that means you saw you saw an amazing thing happen. And if you, and then maybe if I get to stay on the air long enough, we'll have a 1-year anniversary show and maybe you'll see it then. But if you're not there for that, it's gone. And now I meet people, I mean, that around the world that will say, oh, I just saw that thing with you and Norm and Courtney Thorne Smith. And I'll think, that was a moment of my life when I was 30.
Yeah.
And I'm like 85 now. Like, how is that possible?
I'm trying to be a better person now. You ever try to do that? I give a guy some money out there, a homeless guy in the street, and this is a kind of odd thing. He had a dog with him. You ever see this? He's a homeless guy, but he's got a dog. Isn't that kind of odd there? Guy got no home, you know, but he's got a dog. Yeah. And the dog's really thrilled with this idea, you know. Dog's going, hey, pal, I can do this by myself pretty well here, you know. The longest walk in the world you got me on here. What the hell? What the hell kind of a thing? What the deuce?
And there was if you want to hear a story,
I love me a Norm story.
One time we were in the office doing update stuff, and there'd been a news item about there was going to be a newspaper for the homeless, you know, and so we were thinking about doing some of that. So we started improvising. It was more of a scene, not something we could do on the segment, but it was like a tough kind of Perry White kind of editor going like, "You, Miller, I want 500 words on going to the bathroom in your pants. You, Immel, give me something. Give me a human interest thing on urine stain matter. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. And like a lot of like photos, maybe some, you know, a little human side, you know, what are, you know, pets, that kind of thing. And so nothing came of it, and I sort of forgot we had the conversation. And then the first meeting we have after the summer, Norm comes in and goes, hey, Downey, remember that, you know, that thing we were talking about there with the, remember that thing with the newspaper for the homeless, you know, that thing, the homeless newspaper? And I go, yeah. He goes, yeah, well, you know, I was out in L.A. and I was asked to do this benefit, you know, for the coalition, Feed the Homeless, and stuff, you know. And, you know, and I'm going, no. And he goes, yeah, you know, I did that bit, you know. They hated it. Hated it.
All right, you tell me now. That's the Andy Kaufman part of the joke, or is he actually surprised that they hated it? That's what I can't quite figure with look.
I know.
Oh yes. And have you ever considered publishing a book that tells all that how-to book?
No, but I have considered some way to pass along what I have accumulated. Where's the fun part for me?
No, there's no fun for you.
There's no fun for me.
No, that's true. But what's the fun for you in giving a homeless guy spraying a handful of quarters and watching him dodge in and out of traffic? No, but I'm saying there's
that question answers itself.
I'm saying there's fun and maybe not fun, but you obviously want to give back. You never walked past a homeless person and they're begging you as a fellow human being for something, and you ignore them and you maybe feel some evil bile come up?
No, sometimes I think if I give this person money, I'm kind of agreeing that you can't get out of this situation.
Well, but what if they can't?
I don't know if they can or they can't.
What are the things you'd like to change?
Change in the world?
Yourself.
Oh, in myself? I'd like to give more money to homeless people. I walk past too many of them.
I give money to them.
I try as much as I can, but every time I walk past them, I go, why didn't I give money to that guy?
Well, what else is going on? You went back? Did you get in the holiday spirit? Are you a kind of guy that gets, you know,
I try to do something nice, you know? You ever try to do something nice?
No.
Oh.
It's not my style, Norm.
But it was Christmas in New York, you know, and I was alone. So anyways, there was a diner that I always go to near my house. It's a really nice diner. And so I went there, and there was this homeless bum there, you know?
Just say a homeless guy. It's not politically correct to say bum. But I think you say homeless bum.
No, I thought they didn't like to be called bums.
Yeah, right. A homeless guy, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, so, okay.
I'm not going to let you get to this story. I'm just going to keep giving you a hard time about bums. You meet a bum, a hobo, a tramp.
A tramp, yeah. He had a little stick with a thing on it.
He was from the 1930s, yeah, okay.
And so he says to me,
can I get some money off you? And I don't like giving the homeless bums money. I'll tell you why. Because I figure they'll do the crack. Right?
They'll do the crack.
Yeah,
okay.
my mom says never give a homeless bums money because they'll go do the crack. So I said, okay. I said, I don't want to give this guy money. He'll go to the crack. I said, why don't I just bring you in the diner, you know, and I'll get you a meal. I'll buy you a meal. It's Christmas, you know, it'll be nice. So the guy goes, okay. So we go in the diner and we order, you know, the meal. And this guy just keeps ordering food, you know, like he's really hungry.
Yeah.
And so he orders and orders and orders, and I'm like, well, you know, you got to be nice, got to the, you know, thing.
Sure.
And so I order like a soup or something, and then all of a sudden, like, this unbearable stench comes off the guy, huge stench.
Really?
It smelled like.
That's okay.
Anyway, so I don't know what the smell was. But
Yeah.
It was like it was like human waste or something, you know. And it seemed to be coming from the guy's, like, trousers.
Norm, I said that's okay.
Okay.
I was like, the stench is enough. We all can do the rest in our heads.
Yeah, so this stench fills the diner, right? So I have to go to this diner, right? So everybody's looking at me like, what the hell did you bring a homeless bum in the diner for? With a stench, you know? So I'm like, I'm trying to eat my soup. I can't even eat it. And I'm wishing I'd bought this guy crack. I wish I'd got, you know what I mean? I wish I'd gone found some crack and bought it for the guy. So, anyways, and everybody hates me. The guy that, you know, I go there every day. And so then the end of the meal comes. This guy's ordered everything, and I'm looking at my wallet. I only have like 28 bucks. It was like 31 bucks. All I had was a soup. And so now basically we're two homeless bums, you know? Neither of us. So I go, look, buddy, and he's been jabbering about Rockefeller. He was at Rockefeller's funeral. I didn't know what he was talking about. And I go, look, buddy, you got to come up with something here, you know? Kick in something.
You want him to? Yeah, it's only fair.
He ate almost everything. I had a soup. He was having a hamburger. So the guy goes in his pocket, and then I didn't want him to. Who God knows what he has in his pocket, right? But he had some coins, and they were all gross, and they were like, some of them were black. Anyway, that's my Christmas story.
Man, wow! What a yarn spinner. You're a regular Garrison Keeler over here. And some of the coins were black. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. And you close the book and kiss your child good night. That's a nice story.
I took a homeless guy, said, I'm going to take you to this diner that I always go to. So I go there with him, you know, into this diner, sit down to get me a meal. Good God, if the guy, the unbearable stench of urine starts coming off this guy. So nobody wants that in a restaurant. You know?
You don't want that.
So I'm like, all right. Everybody's like trying to eat, you know. So the guy orders his food, and I'm trying to talk to him. He starts telling me about how, this is his idea of a conversation, this guy. He starts telling me about how Governor Rockefeller is poisoning the pigeons right in the city. So I tell this guy, I go, what are you, retarded? I said, Governor Rockefeller. I said, the governor of this state is Pataki, Governor Pataki. He says, no, you know. He talked weird. He was like, the pigeon. He says, the pigeons are the cleanest animal you ever seen. I go, I'm not arguing with you, buddy, but I'm telling you, the governor's name is Pataki. It's unbelievable. He's crazy. Turned out he wasn't retarded. He was, you know, woo.
You say there's no way we could go back, and that I've broken what we had.
Now, Norm, you've had Saturday Night Live has a really long. I used to work there. It's a long summer break, you guys.
Yeah, it's like school. You get a whole summer off.
It's pretty sweet. Have you been performing at all this summer?
Yeah, I did. I've been doing stand-up, you know, at clubs and stuff.
Sure.
And, oh, man, I didn't realize how much, I forgot how much I stunk at it. Like, I'm not good, and everyone hates me. I went to this gig right in town. You ever hear of the Bowery?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that place, right?
Sure, yeah. I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's Skid Row. Mm-hmm. And so there's all these homeless bums on the street and everything like that.
Yeah.
And you have to go through it. So I went to this club, and I bombed. They hated my guts, so I was all mad. You know, I get mad when I don't do good. And then, so I went out of the thing, you know, I walked out.
You walk like that, really? You've got that problem, I remember.
So I walk out of the club. So I get out, and this homeless guy, you know, this bum, he starts walking beside me, bugging me, you know, hey.
You're not supposed to call them bums anymore, no.
Yeah,
But anyway.
Hobo, you know?
A tramp.
A tramp.
A tramp,
Yeah.
okay, riding the rails.
Yeah,
all right.
just a layabout. And he's like coming up to me, and he's like bugging me. I want money. They always want money, you know?
Yeah.
They never have money, you know? So,
That's the problem with them hobos, yeah.
So they're like, hey, give me some money, give me some money. And, you know, sometimes they'll walk with you. So I said, look, man, I said, I'm going to give you some money if you just go away. I'm mad at him, you know? I was mad. I go, here, and I go, so I pull in my pocket, and I just give him a bunch of money, like change, you know?
Yeah,
I give it to him. I go, go on, get out of here, you dirty bum, you know? So he goes away. So then I go to get the subway, you know? And I look at my pocket. I've given the guy, I don't have my token, my subway token.
Oh, you gave it away
Yeah.
accidentally.
And I don't have a wallet or anything, so I was thinking I was going to try to jump the thing, but I thought then, you know, you get in trouble for that. So I said, I got to find that bum, that homeless bum, you know? So I have to go back, and I'm walking back the street, and there's all homeless bums. They're all lying there in the street.
Yeah.
And I don't know which one is which. I can't remember. So I'm like lifting up guys' hats and stuff, you know, and looking under newspapers. So finally I find this character. I go, hey, you. I go, give me some of that money back, you know? And he's like, no, go away. He's turned mean, you know, because I was mean to him earlier. He goes, go on, get out.
This is like
you know?
a biblical tale, yeah, okay. The New Testament, all right, go ahead.
You know, I felt sorry for him. He had no place. And so I go, okay, forget about it. And I go to turn around. Then I grab his cup, like, real quick, and I start running.
I like how your running is like walking, just turned up like 10 degrees. Okay.
So it was great. I got and then I felt bad, though, because when I looked through, I had like about $1 more than I gave him. You know? Oh, that's not right.
That's not right at all.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they say if you give, you'll receive more in return.
That's the sweetest story I've ever heard. I'm all choked up now. Now I heard also you've been you did a little cross.
Probably just down on his luck.
Yeah, that's what happens. Why'd you feel you had to throw that in?
I don't know. You know. I read books on the Great Depression, and they seem cool. But I would like to, it would be fun to go, I don't even like my wife anyway, and I don't got no money. I'll just get a stick and a pouch and head out.
No one does that anymore. No one ties a rag to a stick anymore. And what are you going to do?
You're going to find a partner is what you're going to do pretty quick if you value your life.
Really?
Yeah. You see, people, it's all going to be different once the Great Depression, because my dad used to tell me about the Great Depression. Like, if I had money to invest in right now, you know what I would invest in? Guys jumping off the top of buildings. You think that's not going to happen, but soon that's going to be very big. And then those guys won't be powerful anymore because most of them will be dead and the rest severely crippled. And so the powerful guys will be the old hobos.
The hobos from olden times?
From the original Depression.
Oh, okay. Those guys are still around?
Some of them never gave up the life.
Okay.
And they use that stick for more than carrying a pouch on, I'll tell you that.
I don't even know what that means.
What that means is they'll drive your head, they'll, like an overripe cantaloupe it looks like.
What?
Until...
What the hell is that?
They'll club you to death for a sandwich.
Oh, my God. Well, thanks for spelling it out for me.
All right.
So you're afraid of these hobos?
Well, of course I am.
You really think these old hobos from the Depression, you think there's any one of them left?
Yeah, there's Kitchener Leslie.
What?
He's an old hobo that's waiting and wait for his time. You'll know all about it. You just wait. Hey.
You will literally say anything.
So one quick Mitch Hedberg story. So I opened up for Mitch Hedberg like 22 years ago, and he comes up to me after the show and he goes, "Hey, Artie, man, you're a fat guy." I go, "That's what he said." I go, I could lose a couple, but what are you talking about? He goes, "I wrote a joke that I can't do because I'm not fat, but I'll give it to you." I go, all right. He goes, "You know when you're a kid and they tell you to wait a half an hour after you eat before you go swimming?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "You should say you've never been swimming because it's never been more than a half an hour since you last ate." And I go, "That's a great joke. And I can have that joke?" He goes, "Yeah." So then he comes back and he was smoking a lot of weed. So he comes back totally serious. He goes, hey, man, you're right. That is a good joke. I'll make you a deal. If I gain like 100 pounds before you do that on TV, I get the joke. I'm like, all right, whatever. So, okay. So cut to like a month later. I'm with Norm MacDonald having dinner with people. And Norm does that joke about me. He goes, hey, man, it's Artie's never been swimming. It's never more than half an hour since he last ate. I'm like, where the fuck did you hear that joke? He goes, I heard a fat guy do it at the Comedy Store. I go, really? So I see Mitch 2 weeks later. I go, Mitch, what the fuck, bro? You gave me that joke. Norm said he saw a fat guy do it at the Comedy Store. So he's all fucked up and he goes, hey, Artie, man, listen, I'm sorry. I get fucked up a lot. I forget shit. I probably gave that to a lot of fat guys.
Homework liker, who is becoming my new best friend,
yes,
says Norm carries 46 clubs in his bag. Yeah, club sandwiches.
I do like a club sandwich.
That's not an insult. That's harmless joshing.
I do like a club sandwich.
Mitch Hedberg had a great run.
Oh yes, it was. What was it?
Like, what do you have to like
to join the club?
Yeah, do you have to join? What I don't even would never dare. Okay.
Do you like sandwiches that have a toothpick in them?
Okay.
With green and red cellophane? I do too. Perhaps we should begin a club. I don't know what about that.
I order the club sandwich all the time, and I'm not even a member, man. I don't know how I get away with it. I like my sandwiches with 3 pieces of bread. So do I. Well, let's form a club. Okay. But we need some more stipulations. Yes, we do. Instead of cutting the sandwich once, let's cut it again. Yeah, 4 triangles. Yeah, and in the middle, we shall dump chips. Let me ask you a question. How you feel about frilly toothpicks? I'm for 'em. Well, this club is formed then. I like to take a toothpick and throw it in the forest and say, you're home.
And he had a golf joke.
He did?
That's good. He said, when I'm golfing, I never say 4. I can't think of it in time because I'm busy saying, no way it's going to hit those guys.
I play golf. I'm not good at golf. I never got good. I never got a hole-in-one. But I did hit a guy. And that's way more satisfying. You're supposed to yell 4. But I was too busy mumbling, there ain't no way that's gonna hit him. You know, when it comes to racism, people say, I don't care if they're black, white, purple, or green. Oh, hold on now. Purple or green, you gotta draw the line somewhere. To hell with purple people. Unless they're suffocating. Then help them.
And I know people, hate people for all kinds of reasons, Some people hate people because they're a different color, black or white or something like that. I don't care if a guy's black, what. Hey, let me tell you something. I got a thing I realized. You know when a guy's racist is when he goes, if he says something like this, he goes, I don't care if a guy's black or white or brown, yellow, blue, green, or anything. You're like, what the fuck is green? I don't care if a guy's purple. Any of those goddamn non-human colors, they're all the same to me. Purple, black, same thing to me. If the guy's a black guy or a purple guy, I treat him the same. Isn't a purple guy? That's a fucking monster from outer space. Who the hell likes those guys? You gotta kill them. You gotta kill those guys, right?
Where you've never had an acid flashback?
No, I've never had it. No, I never took acid. That was just a joke. I never took LSD.
Took it one time.
What happened?
I was at a Paul McCartney concert in Dallas because Paul McCartney just that says acid when you hear Paul McCartney music, songs like "Let 'Em In," and I was on a bus with the listeners, and this woman walked up to me. She goes, "Stick out your tongue," and I went like this, and she put this piece of paper on my tongue,
without knowing it.
and I didn't know anything was going on. And then
did she tell you?
No, yeah, she right after she put it on my tongue.
Know you were going. You didn't think you were going insane.
You just took acid. Wow. And then later in the tunnel of Texas Stadium, there was a woman holding a box of Starbursts, and I also had a box of Starbursts, and something in my head told me that those must also be my Starbursts. So I went up to a strange woman and said, "Those are my Starbursts."
Wow.
Like a crazy person. And then it lasted till like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
and wallpaper was running down, and I had to call my girlfriend.
I'll be honest with you, I did it one time.
Well, why'd you lie?
Well, because I don't want people think I did LSD, but I did it one time, and so I laid down on my bed. I was just a young boy, and I looked up, and it was a hanging plant for some reason in my room.
No, there wasn't.
And in the plant came the face of Jesus. You know, the countenance of our Lord and Savior, Jesus, the pale Nazarene, suddenly showed up in my hanging plant. So I was like, oh man, I was like, well, I'm on LSD. This must be like just a crazy trick of my eye, an optical, thing. And then I thought, wait a minute, what if it's just a coincidence that I'm on LSD and Jesus is showing up? That would be bad luck for me. You know what I mean? I get absolute proof he exists, and then I ignore it, thinking it was the
acid
effects of the acid. So then I'm in a quandary. I'm stuck in a quandary. I don't know if you guys have ever been stuck in a quandary. But
not while I'm on acid.
So, anyways, my quandary was it fixed itself because suddenly the face of Jesus morphed into the face of Trapper John M.D. You know that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's cool.
Which one, though? The one
Pernell
from
Roberts.
MASH?
Yeah,
Or,
Pernell
okay.
Roberts.
The actor.
You must have seen it this morning.
I don't think you've ever seen MASH where they go, hey, Trapper John M.D.
That's true. That's true. You're right.
That's that must have freaked you out when our sports guy came in because he's got that white bearded
Oh, yeah,
look.
he looks like Trapper John M.D.
There was your flashback.
It's too weird when they have the character changes, like it's Wayne Rogers and it's another guy, and you're like, what? He looks different. Like I remember one time as a little kid on Bewitched, suddenly Darren looked all different, because it was a different actor.
Right.
But I was just a little kid.
But they were
so I
both
was
named
like,
Dick.
So I was like, yeah.
York and Sargent.
So I was like Dick York and Dick Sargent. But as a child, you see, I didn't know anything about Dick York or Dick Sargent or Elizabeth Montgomery. I thought of Darren Stevens and his wife, Elizabeth Stevens or whatever her name was. Sam Stevens.
Samantha Stevens.
Yeah. So anyways, when I didn't know Dick York or Dick Sargent, all I knew was Darren Stevens. So when he suddenly changed appearance drastically, I thought, what's that Endora up to this time?
Oh, boy.
She was in Citizen Kane?
She was.
Yeah, she was in Citizen Kane. She always played,
Endora.
What about when
And
you
Mrs.
get
Crab?
cast? It's tough when you get cast as an old bag.
Yeah.
And like when you're reading the script, or it even says old bag shows up. You're like, what's this mine? But like they had the show Jake and the Fat Man. So who was William Conrad?
William Conrad.
He was
Bill
Cannon.
Conrad.
Yeah, Bill Conrad. Beautiful man, I hear.
Great actor.
But he was Cannon. He was a big star, big Quinn Martin star.
Quinn Martin production.
And so he, he was not a man to be trifled with. So if you're writing a script for somebody to be with, and you go, I would like to, maybe a William Conrad vehicle might propel me. You might not want to write. You might not want to title it "Jake and the Fat Man," and then send it to William Conrad because William Conrad's like, "What the." I'm pretty sure I'm not Jake. And if I'm Jake, I don't want to be in the show at all because then it's really gross. But
I love the way your mind
Norm
works.
MacDonald tonight at Cap City and tomorrow night. And
All
we'll
these
sell,
observations and more.
467-2333. Thanks for being here, dude.
Thanks a lot. Listen, God bless in the name of the pale Nazarene. What? And hey, what about this, man? You know how you're.
He's like the Energizer Bunny. I love that.
This lady told me this thing. If you're a Christian, you're kind of reviled nowadays in today's society. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're looked on as a joke, kind of. Bill Maher makes fun of you. But let's say you're a lady and you believe in astrology, right? Then suddenly everything's fine. Nobody thinks you're an idiot.
Paradise. nights with your body I don't wanna share. We're making dynamite, explosive love intentions building in the air.
Drugs, don't do them. Used to, when I was a boy, young, I'd do anything, you know? LSD, I was about the strongest drug I ever did. Acid, I don't know if you ever done acid, but I remember when I was young and they'd tell me, they go, you gotta be careful with that acid on account of you can do it, and then you have a flashback, like 10 years could pass, 20 years could pass, and then you get a flashback. So I thought, well, that sounds like a good deal, you know? And I went to my drug dealer, Frank. I said, Frank, is there a drug on the market where I pay you $5? I take the drug, I get high, and then 20 years later I get high again? And he said, yes. And I think of myself as somebody who is good at stretching his drug dollar. But the point of the whole thing is for me to tell you young folk that it's not true at all. You know, because I have not done LSD since I was a teenager. 10 years have passed, 20 years have passed. Sadly, 30 years have passed. And still, no flat. What a gyp that turned out to be. Just more horse shit by the big acid companies, if you ask me. You know, I don't want to get too political, but if you think big acid cares about you, the little guy, they care about their third quarter profits. That's what they care about.
What's your favorite curse word?
Edit it or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what favorite curse word?
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot going on in that word.
There's a lot going on. I haven't heard
yours?
sucker in a long time.
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
like that one. It's got a lot of oomph to it.
Trying to bring that one
Trying to
back.
bring that one back.
Yeah. Well, it's confusing now.
Right, right. Yeah,
exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what exactly.
Right.
But yeah.
But motherfucker is like, the first guy that thought of that. But I guess scientists, not scientists, I'm such an idiot.
Curse word scientist.
But psychiatrists say you want to your mother. And you know,
Yeah, yeah.
You know when you hear these things, you go,
Yeah.
Yeah, just it's just
why is
unpleasant.
it that grosses me out? If that's true,
Yeah.
why is it that me and all my friends are completely grossed out if we want to our mothers? Plus, why are we not our mothers? Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Oh my God. Next one.
Well, those are the motherfuckers that fucking introduced crack into my neighborhood last month.
Do you have a crack problem?
Well, now I do, because those fuckers introduced crack into the neighborhood. You didn't read the book?
No, but I heard it. Was
Yeah, you heard it from
good.
me, because I read it. God damn,
That was
this
a word you kept
motherfucker.
using, right?
I mean, no offense to him, but he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
I fucking people, you gotta listen to Lenny Bruce. So I get an album, I can't sit through the motherfucker. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Garfield the cat. The motherfucker doesn't think I know about every fucking episode of Okay, talking earlier to you in the hall, and I said, I remember the first time you fucked up. He begins his little press conference by apologizing for Get Smart. And I said, I like this motherfucker.
She didn't know who he was.
You fucked it up. God damn it, oh, motherfucker.
See, you don't even have your own stories. You take other people's stories and fuck them up.
I'm fucking with you, buddy. I got you, you motherfucker. No, I think you'd be very awesome at that. And because I miss that one-on-one that Bob Costas, you know.
Yeah, me too. And you don't see it anymore. And Charlie Rose is not really that.
Oh, well,
just
he's
not
interviewing
right.
some guy you don't know.
Right.
I don't want to see the fucking guy, some Belgian motherfucker that wrote a book.
I'm scared of letting go, go, go. I'm scared of letting go, go, go. I'm scared of letting go, go, go. I'm scared of letting go of everything in the past. I'm scared of letting.
Son of a bitch, motherfucker! Huh? You sleep with my fucking wife? You're my best fucking friend, Adam. God damn you, motherfucker!
So, Jenny, what month was your
Stop
issue?
quoting Churchill.
May of 08. Who was on the cover? Do Do you remember? It was a Russian girl. And my nickname's Genocide, so I think that was kind of funny.
What?
What? What do you mean?
Is Genocide giving her comedy fucking advice?
Why is that?
It's funny because there was a genocide.
In Russia?
Only about 70 years ago.
Against the Russian people.
Who still lives?
But me. That's not
You
a
first.
Huh?
Check her back. No, it was it wasn't a complete genocide.
What do you mean?
No, it was.
Well, Stalin was a mass. Stalin was a mass murderer.
Only Jewish people seem to get really offended by my nickname.
There are 5s in a case.
Dave's getting bored.
Right,
Well,
because they're the only ones that live.
Well, the only
through
true
a
genocide was the. Well, I don't
Sam,
wanna say.
another one this way, Sam.
That was a true genocide.
Wow. What?
The American Indians was a true genocide.
No, that was for land.
No, that was justified.
That was for land. We were taking their property.
No,
It doesn't matter. What does it matter what the motive
No,
is?
the genocide.
Yeah,
we
the
did
motive
against
is
the
to
Indians
just
was
hatred of a race to exterminate them
It was
without a
just- it was
political or economic
justifiable
agenda.
What we did with the Indians.
Well, it's not
No,
justifiable.
well, who's saying it's justified?
I said it's well.
We got to bury them.
I'm just wondering how it's justified.
Point counterpoint.
You've never
I'm trying to take another
You've never heard the legal term justifiable genocide? Hitler was out of his mind at the time. Clearly insane.
I'm trying to take another opinion so we can have some friction here. It's a television show, honey. I can't agree with
This
everything
guy
you
fancies
say.
himself a modern-day Bill Maher.
Thank you for the dumb opinion.
Some days we get closer. Things that we never really needed. Promises that we never thought of keeping safe. I guess it's never over. If we never got a chance.
You know, with Hitler, the more I learn about that guy, the more I don't care for him. I can't. And there's nothing redeeming about the guy. I tell the guys, I go, how on earth could these Germans follow this lunatic, you know? And they're like, oh, he was an incredible public speaker, you know? He could hypnotize you with his public speaking. And then I see him, he's like, I go, what? That's not my idea of a silver-tongued devil, you know?
Wait, are you gonna have Thanksgiving though? Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. We're gonna have a lot of time. We're gonna go see my uncle. I saw my uncle the other day. Oh, my uncle, he's having troubles, Conan.
Why is he having trouble?
You know my uncle Basil?
I don't know him.
No, but I've talked to him before.
Yeah, you've mentioned him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's having troubles. His memory's not too good. You know, and it's not. Thank God, it's not Alzheimer's or anything like that. But when a guy gets old, he starts forgetting. His memory starts, he doesn't, remember.
Right.
So I went to him, I went and talked to him, and I said to him, because I heard he got this new medicine for his memory at the doctor's.
Yeah.
So I said to him, I said, Uncle Basil, I said, how's that memory stuff working out, medicine? He says, it's going good. I said, what's it called, that medicine, memory medicine?
That memory medicine, yeah.
I said, what's it called? What's the name of it? He goes, oh, the name of it. What is it now? Again, I can't remember now. He says, what's the name of that flower you give to people? And I said, I don't know. What, a tulip? And he said, no, not a tulip. He said, it's what is it now? It's a kind of a flower people wear. I said, is it a carnation? I don't know, Uncle Basil. He says, no, what the hell is it called? It's red. I said, I don't know, a rose? He said, yes. He said, Rose, what's the name of that medicine that the doctor gave me?
You rapscallion. Now listen, we want to talk about your uncle, because every time you come on the show, you have a story about your uncle who lives up in Canada.
Oh, yeah, he's a Frenchman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you always have like a little story about him.
Jean-Luc. Oh, yeah, he's a crazy character, that dude. He originally visited New York City. Hello?
I'm just having a drink. I can listen to you and have a drink. It's not like I went like this. Hold it. Ooh. Ah, liquid. Huh? I'm still here. Let's see if I got this right. You've got an uncle, lives up in Canada, named Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc.
Occasionally he visits. Once time he visited New York.
So I'm living in New York, you know? And Jean-Luc, I'm excited. Jean-Luc's going to come by, my crazy Frenchman uncle. So he gets in the cab, right?
When he gets to the airport.
Yeah, when he gets to the airport, the cab driver picks him up, and the cab driver says to him, "Hey, Frenchman," he says, do you like riddles, you know? So my uncle Jean-Luc, he's like, "Ah, yes, I love the riddles." That's how he talks. He goes, "I like nothing better than a riddle." So the cabbie's like, "All right, here's one," right? So he says, "Here's the riddle. His brothers and sisters, I have none, but this man's father is my father's son." So my uncle goes, I don't know. Right? So the cabbie goes, "It's me. It's me."
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Oh, he thinks about it. "Oh, my God," he says, "that's a good riddle there." He says, "I have to tell my wife, Mary Claire, when I get back to Gaspé." That's where he lives, Gaspé.
Right.
So he's like, "Take me back to the airport." And the cabbie's like, "What?" Right? The cabbie's like, "I thought you wanted to go visit Norm then." "No, no, no. I go back to the airport." "All right, you know, I have to tell Mary Claire." Seems odd, right?
Right.
Gets back on the plane, flies all the way back home there to Gaspé. And he gets back, right? Runs in the door. "Mary Claire, it's vous. You know, where are you, Mary Claire? Come on down here. I have a riddle for you." She goes, "Oh, Jean-Luc, I love the riddle." She's a woman, high voice.
Michael Jackson was visiting. Yeah, all right.
So, you're going to love this riddle. How was New York? Forget about that. I got the riddle. Brothers and sisters, I have none. But this man's father is my father's son. She goes, I don't know. Who is it? Some cab driver back in New York.
You didn't mean to do that, did you?
No, I didn't.
Be honest, you didn't mean to do that.
At all. I just got to the end. That guy, man, I always tell my uncle, you shouldn't curse so much. You know?
Oh, man. All right. We're going to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
So, you got a week off.
Yeah, I got a week off coming up. After this show, I got a week off, so it's going to be great.
Do you see your family much?
Every break, I like to go back and see my folks, you know, and also my uncles and aunts and all that, you know. They're great people. The old people, you know, what I find about the old people is...
Just in general.
In general, they had so much more interesting lives than we do, you know. Like, you know what I mean? Like we, you know, we go out, our generation, we go, okay, hey, let's go to a movie, and then we'll do the laundry and get some quarters for the laundry, and then we'll have read the Sports Illustrated, you know, and whatever, right?
Right.
But these guys, they had lives, you know? Where they, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah. So anyways, for instance, my Uncle Phil. You ever meet my Uncle Phil?
I didn't meet your Uncle Phil, no.
Oh, you didn't? He was...
Yeah, we don't know each other that well. Remember?
That's true.
No,
So,
I've not met your Uncle Phil.
He's a good man, Uncle Phil. So he was telling me, you know, he's just one of these guys that has so many lives pushed into one. He just does so many things, you know? And he was telling me, he says, he's a kind of a jack of all trades, you'd call him.
Yeah. That's a good phrase.
Yeah, he's a jack of all trades. So he was telling me, he said, the problem is you're not really appreciated for any single thing because you're so good at so many things. You understand what I mean?
I hear you.
Yeah. So he said to me one time, he says, Norm, he says, we were just walking through his town, you know, of Monkland, Maine he lives in. And we were just walking through the town. He's an old fella, you know?
Right, one of the old people.
Yeah, he's 80.
Yeah, 80, okay.
80 years young, he says. So he goes, Norm, you see that barn over there, he says to me. I look over, there's a barn. I go, yeah. He goes, I built that barn with my own hands, all by myself. But he goes, do they call me, do they say, there's Phil, the barn builder? No, sir, he says. I said, yeah. He goes, look over there, you see that weather balloon? He says, you don't know this about me, Norm. He says, I was one of the first men ever to fly in a weather balloon.
Wow.
He says, but do they say, hey, there goes Phil, the weather balloon pioneer? no. He says, look over there, there's a bakery that I started. You know, that dirty bastard Bob has it now, but I'm the guy that started that bakery. And I go, all right, easy. And he goes, I started that bakery and I was the best baker, but does anybody go, oh, there goes Phil, the great baker? No, he says, but he says, let me tell you something, Norm. He says, you have sex with one goat. And... He says, people then, they say, there goes Bill, the dirty goat.
Get rid of that. We don't need that microphone anymore, do we? Wow, well, I do want to meet this man someday. He sounds fascinating.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind.
Let me ask you quickly. We haven't talked to you in so long. I want to ask you about your family.
My great family. I love them all.
How's your? We used to talk in the old days. You and I used to spin some yarns about Uncle Hector. How's Uncle Hector?
Oh, Uncle Hector. Uncle Hector.
He's Polish too, I'm guessing.
No, he wasn't Polish.
Oh, okay.
No, he was from my cousin's side of the family, and he was a great man, my uncle. You know, right. He was an old fella. He actually rode the rails during the Depression.
Oh.
You know, he was a hobo.
Hobo.
As you might call him. I don't like that term, but whatever.
Tramp or whatever, what have you.
Railroad bum. And, but he wasn't a bum. He was just out. He was a good, honest man during the Depression searching for work, you know? And, you know, he had no money, so he'd travel the country trying to find work, and he actually rode the rails, Uncle Hector. And he told me, it was an interesting story, he'd go through, this was in Canada, and there's a town called Kitchener in Canada, and the railroad cops were tough, boy. They were tougher than real cops, you know. They had a law of their own, the railroad cops.
I feel like I should be tucked into bed listening to you. Anyway, a law of their own, those railroad cops.
But there was not a railroad cop tougher than Kitchener Leslie. Oh, boy. He was well known. He was well known for beating hobos to death.
Really? He'd find a hobo on his train, he'd beat him to death.
He'd beat him to death. And so what the railroad bums would all do is, as Kitchener approached, of course... Oh, hey, Norm, how you doing? So...
Wow, such focus on these stories.
That wasn't a mirror. That was another guy.
Okay, it was a guy named Norm.
Yeah. So the railroad bums would all hop off before they got to Kitchener to avoid being beaten to death by Kitchener Leslie.
Yeah.
Anyways, my Uncle Hector, a good man, you know, and he walked into a mine one day. This is a story for that they think the young people could learn from.
Don't go mine hopping, kids.
During the height of the Depression, where there was absolutely no work, my Uncle Hector walked into I won't say the name of the mining company. It was McIntyre Mine, and he walked in. He had his lunchbox with him and his work boots, and he said, "Sir," he said, "I want a job." And they said, "We have no jobs." He said, "Well, 500 people work here at McIntyre Mine." He goes, "I don't think there are 500 men here better than I." He says, "As a matter of fact, I don't think there are 200 men better than I." He says, I think you'd be strapped to find 100 men better than I. And by golly, he got the job. What do you think of that?
That's a great story.
Now,
I'm sensing there's more. Now back to Kitchener Leslie.
Yeah.
The most dreaded...
No. Uncle Hector. Uncle Hector.
What?
No.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to help you out.
No, Uncle Hector.
Dad, where's this story going?
Uncle Hector worked in a mine, and it's a hellish job, the mine, as you well know. You know, darkness, you know.
It's dank. It's
dank.
Yeah.
It's coaly. It's a lot of...
What?
Well, you're in a coal mine.
It's not coaly. It's coal-ridden.
It's
coal-infested. It's not coaly.
It's coal-infested. So he worked in the mine, and by God, he worked hard. And after a week of working hard, he said to the shift manager, he said, He said, "By golly, I'd like to have a lady. I work hard, and where would I find a lady here in town?" Well, they said to Uncle Hector, they says, we have sex with animals here. By God, says Uncle Hector, I'm not going to do that. Why, I'm a normal fellow. Well, then be to your own devices then. So,
Be to your own devices?
Yeah.
Wow.
Uncle Hector continued working in the mine. He worked hard, and he worked long, and he worked for a low wage. But he was a man. And Uncle Hector, after a couple of weeks passed, he started to get a little itch, you know, as you and I say.
Right.
You know?
Right. When we're thinking about the
ladies,
the
you
ladies,
know?
yeah.
But he kept it under control. He went again, and he said, "Are you sure there's no ladies here?" "No, we have sex with animals." Ah, my God. 6 months passed, and Uncle Hector couldn't take it any longer, he told me.
Right.
He said, "By God, I just had to, I'm just a man, I'm weak, you know. I'm not a saint, you know, and I was born in sin, I suppose, and I couldn't resist. I just needed it." So he said he walked by a pasture, and there was a pig.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. And so Uncle Hector said, well, he said, I walked up and I began having sex with a pig. And he said, all of a sudden, he saw all the miners like around him, you know, looking at him. They go, "Uncle Hector, what the hell are you doing over there?" And Uncle Hector's like indignant. He's like, "What? Well, you're the guys that told me that you have sex with animals." They're like, "Uncle Hector, you damn fool. That's Kitchener Leslie's girlfriend." Of all the
animals to have sex with.
You don't want to have sex
And not with Kitchener Leslie's pig. No, that's terrible.
Not Kitchener Leslie's pig. Kitchener Leslie's lady.
Oh, yeah.
Dad would always tell this joke, and it was about a little boy called Dirty Johnny. You know, and he'd be in class. You ever heard Dirty Johnny?
The Dirty Johnny jokes, yes.
Yes.
Heard the whole
But
series.
In this in this joke, he's not dirty. But anyways, the teacher has a thing, and the teacher says, "Today in class, we are going to have a little experiment. You're going to tell a story from your real life, and then afterwards, you are going to tell the moral of that story." You know? So Sheila puts up her hand, and the teacher says, "Sheila, what's your story?" So Sheila says, "Well, my dad works at the hatchery, and he took some eggs, and he put them all in a basket. All the eggs he put in one basket. And then he put them in the horse and buggy, and off we went to town, and the earth was uneven, and the eggs broke. And the teacher goes, "Well, that's an all right story, but I can't understand what the moral would be to that story." So Sheila says, "Well, the moral is, don't put all of your eggs into one basket." So the teacher says, "Well, by God, this is exactly what I'm looking for and what I was hoping for with this experiment."
Yeah.
And anybody else have one? So Marjorie puts up her hand. "Okay, Marjorie, what's your story?" "Well, my father works for the hatchery." Most of us.
Most people in that town worked in the hatchery.
Worked at the hatchery.
"Thank God for the hatchery," she says. Or where would we be? So she says, "My father, he sells chickens. And he knows that eggs become chickens." See what I mean? So he had to count his chickens so he'd go and sell them in town. So he had 9 chickens and 5 eggs. So instead of saying he had 9 chickens, he added the 5 eggs. You see, he counted them as chickens. So he said, "I have 14 chickens." So he took them, Sheila says, and put them in the horse and buggy, and off they went to town, but the land was uneven. The chickens survived easily. They frolicked. The eggs broke. Well, the teacher says again, that's a story, you know. But what on earth could the moral of that story be? Well, Sheila says, if that's her name, I forgot. She says, "Don't count your chickens before they hatch out of the eggs."
Right.
Teacher says you could probably shorten it a little. So, but that's great. And that's exactly what we're looking for. And then she looks at the back of the class, and by God, there's the upraised hands, as you say, fucking dirty Johnny.
Fucking dirty Johnny. He's going to ruin the lesson.
So the teacher, inside of her head, her thoughts are moving around, and she's like, God, I don't want to hear dirty Johnny say it. This is going so well, but at the same time, I took a vow and I became a teacher that every student. All right, Johnny, let's hear your story. So Dirty Johnny gets up and he says, this is a story about my Uncle Terry. He didn't work for the hatchery. He didn't even like people that did. He was in Vietnam. And he lives on the disability checks he got. Uncle Terry was not a popular man, not even among those he worked with. And I suppose we've all heard of people who've deserted from their battalion. But I don't know if you've ever heard of a battalion deserting a man. That's what they did with Uncle Terry. One day, Uncle Terry awoke in the middle of Da Nang, and everybody was gone. He was alone, and they'd left him 3 bottles of Jack Daniels and some weaponry. So, Uncle Terry got up, says Dirty Johnny, and he downed the bottle of Jack Daniels in 2 slugs, and he threw it down and smashed it into the jungle. And then he walked, picked up the 2 Kalashnikovs and 3 or 4 Glocks and a couple of hand grenades, and off he walked into the unknown, the jungle, his fate. Came upon a village, and from the village came people. Now, were they Charlie, or were they the people that Terry was sent to protect from Charlie? Uncle Terry didn't know. But he knew he had to do something, so he took another swig from the bottle, and he let loose. Took that Kalashnikov, and he let it sway like a farmer would a scythe. And the bullets came, and just as hay would fall before a farmer, so the people fell before Uncle Terry. The men, the women, and by God, even the children. And finally, Uncle Terry stood alone in the mud and the blood and the guts and only at himself. He took a long swig, and his hand brushed against his pants, and he felt wetness, and then he felt shame because he realized he had urinated himself in fear. And then, upon closer inspection, he realized it was not urine. It's ejaculate. And his shame was replaced by pride. And the teacher goes, holy fucking shit, what the fuck? Fucking kind of fucking story is that? Like, we just heard the hatchery and shit, and now this? She goes, Uncle Terry, well, Dirty Johnny, what on earth could be the moral to such a story? So Johnny thinks about it for a couple of minutes, and he goes, well, I don't know, I guess. Well, I know one thing. You don't fuck with Terry when he's had some drink in him. And he's uncorked the jug. You stay away from Uncle Terry. And he doesn't like anybody that works at the hatchery either. You remember that. You tell your parents that.
Wow.
It was like, he was kind of like the Bob Dylan of comedy. He was doing lyrics and words and phrases that nobody else in comedy was using. And it wasn't that he told jokes as much as just told stories in a funny way and had a just funny inflection.
He said from the beginning of in '93 when he did stand up, he would call the TV the TV.
The TV.
Who else do you know who says the TV?
Oh, I know who you're talking about, Bob Dylan.
Right.
Because I got to meet Bob Dylan once, and I was backstage with our guitarist Jimmy Vivino at a Bob Dylan show, and suddenly I got literally like pushed into a room where there was some, heavy-hitting people in there. I did not consider myself, nor do I still, one of those, but I got pushed in, and I got kind of shoved to the front of this line, and there's Bob Dylan. And he looked right at me and he went, I know you from the TV. And I remembered that in my head, like he calls the television the TV with the emphasis on T. And then Norm, all these years, used to say, it's the TV.
Now, Norm is a giant Dylan fan.
I didn't know that.
Enormous Dylan fan. And sometimes in his material, I feel like there's...
I think that's just Minnesota and Canada. Bob Dylan's from Minnesota.
Yep.
So you're hearing a guy from Minnesota, and you're hearing a guy from Canada, and you're hearing just a northern North American, the TV,
Right.
Because that Canadian guy also says, like, I'm not a hobo, I mean, those are all old crusty white manisms, very Canadian, very upper northern, U.S.
Well, here's an interesting fact, and I don't think it's been out there publicly, but Dylan was a fan of Norm's and invited him to his house.
Oh, wow.
And Norm was at Dylan's Malibu house for like 2 days.
Wow.
Wow. Spent the night.
Slept there.
Wow.
And
you want coffee?
What do you want to watch on the TV?
Who wants
I don't
waffles?
know. What do you want to watch on the TV? Let's both watch the TV. Finally, I found someone who. Who says it right.
You want to play volleyball?
But he told me about this, and it was an interesting experience. But he never talked about it publicly, which shows you, first of all, what a thrill that must have been for this guy who grew up a Dylan fan. But he talked about almost everything. Ask Bob Uecker.
Yeah.
He didn't keep much secret, but he never really talked about Dylan, and it just shows you how much he did.
Right, he didn't trade off of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Any other comedian could have turned that into like a whole special, but yeah, you dirty dog. He called people with that you dirty dog. Yeah, like what? What is that? Who talks that way?
And I'm just an old chunk of coal, and I like Merle. So I was there for Merle, but I stayed for Bob Dylan, and he was kind of it was like you were saying, you couldn't understand what songs he was singing. And but anyways, halfway through the concert, all of a sudden, because he doesn't talk to the audience or something, all of a sudden he started talking to the audience, and he said, Ringo, 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 about 45 times. So everyone was sort of in shock. And finally, a light went into the audience, and it was Ringo Starr was sitting there with some lady. And then he's all uncomfortable. He's like, Ringo. So he said it about 12 more times.
Did you meet him?
Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him. What happened was, I was going to finish my Ringo story.
Oh, I'm sorry, Norm. I'm sorry. Ringo.
Ringo. So anyways, he said, Ringo, like a whole bunch of times. And then he said, any songs you want to hear, Ringo? And then Ringo Starr said, I don't know. Do you know any Bob Dylan songs?
Do I?
For this story?
Yeah.
Yeah, so name one.
Tangled Up in Blue.
Yeah, so he said, Ringo goes, well, how about Tangled Up in Blue? He goes, I already did that one.
He just didn't understand that he was doing Tangled Up in Blue.
No one understood anything. But, yeah, I did meet him, but I don't know him because I'm into country. I'm into outlaw country.
I went and saw Bob Dylan in concert. And he just has complete contempt for the audience. Yeah. And you can't even understand the fucking song. But Ringo Starr was in the audience. Uh-huh. So Dylan like recognizes him like halfway through the concert. Yeah. He just stops the song and he goes, Ringo! Ringo! He just keeps saying Ringo. He said it about 9 times, right? So finally, like a spotlight goes on Ringo Starr. Yeah. And he's all embarrassed and everything. He's like, Ringo, what's up? Like he's not even on stage, you know? He's just talking to Ringo Starr. So, but everybody thinks it's pretty cool. Yeah. So anyways, finally, Dylan like snaps at him and he goes, I gotta go back and do this thing. He called it a thing. He goes, I gotta go back and do this thing. He goes, any song you want to hear? And then like Ringo Starr goes, Maggie's Farm. And then he goes, we already did that one. And everyone was fucking laugh because you literally can't recognize his songs. Right. But I understand what he's doing because it's like, let's say you told a story to someone, and then the guy said, hey, tell it to this other guy. Then you're going to change the story because you're not going to say the exact same words. You feel like a jackass. So that's what Dylan seems to do in his art. Yeah. He goes, yeah, I'll do the song, but I'll change it all around, mess it up. See what it sounds like. I was just thinking, you know how Bob Dylan plays the guitar, right? You're a musical guy.
A little bit, yeah.
He plays the guitar, you know. And then he plays the harmonica. The harmonica's around his neck, so he'll play the guitar, and then he'll go into the harmonica. Man's considered a genius, I think, by everyone.
Yeah.
In and out of music. Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, he's beyond music in the same way that Ali
poet.
is beyond.
A poet.
Yeah, he's a poet.
Yeah.
He's our poet.
Like Muhammad Ali, who was also
like
a poet.
Ali, yeah. So anyways, but the thing is, he plays, what I'm saying is he plays the guitar and then he plays the harmonica, and that's a very talented man, you know, you think. But then, if the guy puts like cymbals between his feet, if he's a one-man band, then they're like, look at that retard. He's way more talented. That guy's way more fucking talented. He does like 8 at the same time. Dun, dun, dun.
Where did that come from just now? I mean,
I don't know. We were talking about doing 2 things at once.
Right.
Chance to be free. If you wanna keep your glow, even if you have to go, like a blossom living free. If you chop it off, you'll keep it for a while, then it dries away. The shades will fade, no matter how hard you.
He's been called the greatest weekend update anchor ever. Of course, that was a clip from
As you can
Saturday
tell from
Night
that
Live.
It's so funny in that clip.
The Norm Show, you've seen him there. You've also seen him in movies and stand-up comedy. He is in Salt Lake City this morning. Tonight he's performing, but first you stopped by our show. Thank you.
Thank
Norm
you,
MacDonald's
Lisa.
here, everybody.
You guys have a nice audience.
You're a guy that stays up
I like
late.
those two ladies right there.
Oh, lucky girls. You're a guy not used to being up this early, so we
No,
really
it's
do
really
appreciate
early. Yeah, sorry I didn't dress up, but they told me I was going to do radio all morning.
I know he gets here, he was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you said Scruff,
Scruff is in. It looks like it's celebrate. I have to tell you the funniest story. Just last season, we were up in Deer Valley with some friends, and we had met somebody who looked just like you.
Yeah.
And so the whole time we're there, his nickname was Norm.
Yeah.
And so when we'd go out and we'd be skiing, we kind of used it to our advantage.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, oh, don't you recognize me? I'm Norm MacDonald. He was really flattered, and we told him that too, by the way. So we used it to our advantage all the time. And now meeting you in person, you guys are eerie. You and Mark Warren look
She
identical.
feels like she knows you.
I feel like I know
She's
him.
hung out with
Yeah.
you lots.
More than once.
Did you have a crush on him or something?
I'm going to take the Fifth Amendment on that one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He enjoyed it. We'll just put it that way.
What?
He enjoyed it.
What?
He enjoyed the posterity.
We have
He
enjoyed.
enjoyed what?
He was just excited when we told him.
He pretended he was you.
Oh.
The whole, they got free food.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do people approach you all the time? I mean, do you get recognized a lot?
Sometimes I get recognized by my voice because I have a weird voice. So people will go like, oh, yeah, like, I recognize your voice. And then they'll do an impression of me, and they'll go, I can do a perfect impression of you. And I go, okay, let's hear it. And then they go, and I sound like
And is that
idiot.
flattering?
No. You know when I do my show? Do you mind if I put my arm around you?
No, I was going to say, apparently it feels like he's known you for a long time, too.
No, when I do my show, like, there's something wrong with my voice, I think, because people always think I've never drank. Well, when I was young, I drank. That's not true. But I've never done drugs in my life, and I've drank like a little tiny bit of alcohol when I was young. But people always think I'm either drunk or on drugs because of my voice. And so, like, I'd almost rather be like that because now I think there's something wrong with my brain or something.
Well, I think you're funny. I think
Do
you're
you
a
think
funny
do you
guy.
think I sound like impaired?
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't.
Oh, thank
I'm going
you.
to take the Fifth again.
What?
Just kidding. Were you born
Scruff
funny?
is in.
Scruff is in.
Scruff is in. I want to know who.
Incoherent and Scruff is in.
You're in.
You've worked with really funny people.
Yeah. I work with
Who do
great
you
guys.
think is funny? Like, who do you love?
Good question.
Right now, or who I worked with?
Either.
The guy I worked with that was the funniest was Chris Farley.
Oh, yeah.
By a million miles. He was like, he could,
All the time funny.
Yeah, just everyone was laughing, like, and he's one of those guys get anyone, like a dumb person or a smart person or an old person or a little kid or anybody. He could get people that didn't like him to laugh. So it was really nice. Where are you guys all looking?
Like there's
a picture of you two together.
Oh, look at that.
And you were in a movie together, too.
Except that's not Chris Farley, but it's a picture.
Wasn't that him?
Yeah, it was.
I'm just another fat guy.
My favorite Chris Farley is the fat guy in a little coat.
That was the funniest. He used to always do that at the show. That's why they put it in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He'd always do it at the show. And David would get really mad at him.
David Spade.
Yeah, because he'd always find David's coat.
Oh.
And then he'd come into the room and,
And
go,
rip
"Fat
that
guy," and it would always rip, and David would chase him and stuff, and he'd always do this. Because David always wore like cool jackets to get girls or whatever.
Did it work?
Behind the scenes of that. I know.
Yeah, David gets girls like crazy.
Heather Locklear.
Yeah, like insanely
Name one.
beautiful
It's
girls.
because funny guys are attractive.
Yeah.
Funny's hot.
You've done a lot of
is?
impressions. Funny.
Most
Look at him.
awkward
He's like,
come
really?
on I've ever heard in my life.
I want to hear about your impressions, especially Burt
do?
Reynolds.
What?
Yes,
What?
I mean, because you've impersonated some pretty famous people.
Yeah.
David Letterman.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite person to impersonate?
Then you'll want me to do
I
it.
do.
Yeah,
want you
I was
to
going
do
to say
it.
that is the next question.
You knew that was coming.
It's a tease. Then people can go see it
Oh,
tonight.
okay. I guess I'd have to say Richard Nixon.
Oh, let's see it.
No.
Oh, come on. You can't tease it
I
like
was just
that.
joking. Nobody wants to see Richard Nixon.
I don't. Do Burt
I love Burt Reynolds.
See, Burt Reynolds talks like very, he'll just go like, it's gonna sound bad, no matter
No,
what.
we're still excited. Don't worry.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are good guys. It's just like that. It's lame.
Was that it?
Yeah, that was it. I told you.
You're Norm
I
MacDonald.
told you.
Did that just happen?
See, it helps if you put a Burt Reynolds mask on. That always helps the impression. Yeah, if they fix you up so you look exactly like Burt Reynolds, it really helps the impression.
Okay, so tonight at Wise Guys, will you be doing?
No, I don't do
No.
impressions.
You don't? No.
No, I don't do impressions.
What do you talk
Just on
about?
Saturday Night Live, like they need somebody to do something, so I go, okay, I can try to do that guy.
So tonight at Wise Guys, what will you be doing? What can people expect
I'll
when
just
they
talk-
come to see you?
You gonna do a weekend update?
No, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just going to disappoint people now that
Stop. He's
No,
going
I'm
to
just gonna
pretend
do-
like
I'm just
he's
gonna
Nisha the
talk.
Gehring.
I'm just going to talk because I did stand up like before anything else. So so I don't know who I would compare it to. Like
Well,
Bill Cosby, that was my stand up.
I love Bill Cosby.
You do? Oh, okay. So
Dad is great.
yeah.
Gives us chocolate cake.
I'm
the
sad
cool
that we
thing.
have to wrap up, Norm. Can
Yeah,
you
it
hang
was
out?
fun.
Can you go into the kitchen
What?
with us or anything?
What are you
Or
doing in the kitchen?
We cook.
Believe it or not. And it's prairie cornbread. It's like a Utah. You need to have that.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Wise Guys, everybody, he's going to be there tonight. You can go to smithtix.com or wiseguyscomedy.com for tickets. There's all the information on your screen
on the
tonight.
computer.
8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, go to our website,
www.
abc4.com. There you go. Throw that in there, too.
You can tell he's a weekend update guy. And you remember on Wednesday when we did Raised Gardens with Joy. We're doing part 2 when we come back.
Well, of course, you watch the real news here on ABC4, but if you were ever interested in the fake news, that would be this man right here. Norm MacDonald is back, and we are talking about all of his stints that he's done on TV, movies, his comedy show that's coming up to Ogden this weekend or tonight. So, Norm, first of all, how many years did you do the fake news on Saturday Night Live? About 5 seasons?
3, 2.5, 3.
And it's stuck. I mean, isn't that what people know you most when, they see you out in public?
Yeah, they mostly know that.
I didn't know you were on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh yeah, I was on that show.
You could have won $1 million.
Saw that.
I won $500,000, but I didn't get to keep it. I had to give it to a charity.
Darn it.
What charity did you give it to?
I gave it to, I always wanted to meet Paul Newman. So it turns out he has this great charity for sick children. And I thought, hey, this fits in perfectly with my desire to meet Paul Newman. So I gave all the money to his sick children in order to meet him.
Did you get to meet him?
No.
No?
He sent me a letter, but then I felt guilty, like that I'd given all this money to the sick children only to meet Paul Newman. So I talked it over with my Lord, and I decided it was a venal thing I had done.
Well, you had good intentions, and maybe because
No, I had bad intentions, but I ended up with
good action. With an
good result. I had a good result, and then I didn't pay off on my bad intentions, so it turned out it was all right.
All right, so you're back. You got to do Wise Guys last time you were in Utah, last time you were on the show, and Utahns were like, woo, Norm.
Yeah, they went crazy, man. I found myself a beautiful, 3 beautiful wives when I was here.
Good. I'm glad we could do that for you.
Do you do a lot of Utah humor?
No, I
do you
just
add
read,
that into your show?
No,
while
I
you're
just
here?
was reading in the paper today. It said polygamist charged with sex crime, and when I was young, it would be a man charged with polygamy. You know what I mean? So we've come a long way.
Utah's a changing.
You'd think if you were a polygamist, you wouldn't have time for any other stuff.
Yeah, you'd be a busy guy.
You are busy.
So with your show at Wise Guys tonight, do you focus mostly on impressions, or is it you feed off the audience? What can people
Yeah,
expect
I
when they come to the show tonight?
just talk to the audience and whatever's going on in the
I'll probably go home and watch the TV and see what news is going on. I'll probably listen to you guys, find out what news is going on so I can talk about it tonight and figure it out.
Do you ever get stumped standing up there, like you don't know what direction to go next?
Oh, yeah, I blank out all the time. Like I talk for a while, you know, and everything's going well, and then all of a sudden nothing is in my head except for a big jelly roll, like when I dream of jelly rolls. You guys like jelly rolls?
They're good, yeah. Yeah, but I don't dream about them.
Yeah, I know. I went to a psychiatrist once. I think he thought I was a moron, but he goes, can you describe your dreams for me? I'm like, I dream about jelly rolls. He goes, what else? I go, that's it. And he was like, what? He made like a weird face that a psychiatrist is not supposed to make.
So you know you're in trouble. Jelly rolls as a kid, or that's like your favorite treat now?
No, it's like, it brings me great peace. Like right now, if I close my eyes, jelly rolls will start floating in front of the back of my eyelids.
Okay, close your eyes. Think
All right.
jelly rolls while we talk about where you are tonight, Friday. It is Wise Guys Comedy in West Valley. So you're close by. How are the jelly rolls going? They floating?
Yeah, they're beautiful.
What flavor is it? Strawberry?
No.
Raspberry?
Oh, there's always raspberry jelly rolls.
Raspberry. Friday, November 6th, 8 and 10. And you're not here tomorrow night, right? Just tonight? So
No, I'm just going to be here tonight.
Catch you while you're here.
Pardon me?
So get tickets and get there tonight.
Or not. Whatever you like.
Oh. I'm trying to help you out, Norm. I'm selling it for you.
No, but I don't want people to, you know, listen, I don't want people to show up at my show if their great aunt has walking pneumonia.
That's probably
she'll
good
survive.
advice. It's okay.
Nah, stay with your great aunt. Give her the love, you know.
Well, with swine flu going around, you may not have an audience if you keep up that. So, all right.
I'll be fine.
All right, so check out Norm tonight at Wise Guys in West Valley.
Thanks, Norm. All
Thank
right.
you, guys.
Up next, we are talking how to get your lawn looking green in the spring with Joy. We'll be right back.
Running now. Who are they? Clinton and Dahl?
Pat Buchanan is running.
Right.
Now a couple of people are threatening third-party runs for the
That's true.
presidency.
And I'm anxious to see him. Up, there he is. It is Bob Dole. Wow, look at that. Holy mackerel. Oh, man. What an honor to see you, sir.
Thank you. Good. Got my casual look on here. How do you like it? Wearing a good suit?
You look fantastic, Mr. Dole. Let me just say, although I'm not thinking of voting for you because of the abortion issue, I would love to interview you, and maybe you could convince all of us.
Yeah.
You're smart to come in here, is I think what I'm saying.
That's what I'm here for. I'm traveling around America and trying to get to know the people of America.
Right.
It was funny because I saw a picture of Dole in the paper the other day.
Mr. Dole.
Mr. Dole.
Right.
Standing on the beach in his suit talking to people. So he was casual.
Sure.
Yeah, Nixon used to do that. He used to walk around on the beach in his suit, too.
He's a good man.
Right.
Good man.
And you don't look a day over 85 in person, I got to tell you. You look great. I got to tell you, Mr. Dole. And
Let
it
me
is
tell you something. I've traveled all around this country and I've met the people of America, and I learned one thing about them.
What is that?
I don't like them.
Yeah, they're not great people.
They're damn fools, most of them.
But let me conduct a serious interview with here, even though this show is not known for being
Is he
serious.
kidding now? Is this the joking Bob Dole?
Well, you're trying to improve your image. I don't think there's any.
Sure, sense of humor is important.
Right. So, Mr. Dole.
Hard to tell.
It is a comedy show, you know that.
Sure.
But I really do want to conduct a serious interview. May I ask you some serious questions?
Dole's laughing at you.
No, come on. I mean, I know I look kind of freakish and everything, but I want to do a serious interview here, okay?
Sure.
All right, good. You want to make an opening statement? Get this thing rolling?
I'd like to say that, where the hell am I?
You're at K-Rock. That's right.
And who are you?
I'm Howard Stern.
I remember the big hook-nosed fella.
That's right. That's right.
Hair like a girl.
That's right.
Queen of all media, don't they call you?
That's right. The queen of all media. That's very funny.
Well, let me tell you why I'm here, Howard Stern. I'm here to reach the young people.
Right.
You know, the under 65 group.
Right.
That's right, the baby boomers, Generation 10. That'll.
All right. What you're hoping to do? May I clarify here because I'm a little confused.
Sure.
By appearing on my show, I think that you're trying to reach the people who might be thinking of voting for President Clinton. You know, in the last election, I helped President Clinton get elected.
Well, I know you did, and I'm looking for that same thing. You know, you reach demographics I've never been able to reach, Howard Stern.
Right.
I'm talking about the damn dirty hippies.
Right.
Sexual deviants.
Right.
Criminal element.
You want to reach them?
Sure, the pedophiles, homosexual and otherwise.
Yes.
All of them. And you know what? I want that one group that can make or break a candidate.
You want to reach a group that can make or break a candidate?
That's right. The group that your show's aimed at.
Who's that?
The
crack whores.
Crack whores.
Yeah, I'm looking for the crack whore vote.
Come on. Isn't it true that you're behind with most groups?
Well, that's true, but I'm ahead with some, too. That's what the media doesn't tell you, Howard.
All right, name one group that you're ahead with.
Well, I'm a clear favorite among really old guys with one arm.
They like you.
Sure,
people
they like
How many people like that are there?
Well, there's, hello there, Robin.
Well, wait a second. You brought up something interesting, Mr. Dahl. You really brought up something interesting. All right, let me ask you, what about your age? I mean, you're older than everyone. Isn't that true?
Well, I suppose that is when you look at it that way, but age will not be a factor in this election. I'll let you know that right now, Howard.
Age will not be a factor.
No, sir, unless
Are you dropping out?
No, Mr. Dahl, what do you mean age will not be a factor in this
Well, unless I die.
Right, okay.
Be a factor. And I won't lie to you, Howard Stern, I'm no spring chicken. Well, my prostate hasn't functioned properly since JFK's head was in one piece.
All right, so I guess you and Mrs. Dole don't have an active sex life anymore.
I know. You wait just 1 minute, Howard Stern. The only thing on Bob Dole that's limp is this arm here.
Right.
That's right. When it comes to dirty, shameful sex, I have just as much as anyone. You hear that?
Right.
Hear that, Robin Quivers?
I just heard that.
Bob Dole's a man who appreciates a good three-input woman.
Right, and by the way, Mr. Dole, Robin is a three-input woman.
Is Mrs. Dole?
Let me ask you something about specific ethnic groups, if I may.
Sure.
All right. Now, you're friendly, you say, to different ethnic groups. Are you friendly to blacks?
Well, let me tell you something. When I was growing up, we didn't call them blacks, Howard Stern.
What did you call them?
Slaves.
That's right.
Are you friendly to the slaves?
Well, that was a different century. I don't call them slaves anymore. I use the correct terminology.
Right.
Darkies.
Darkies, I see.
Right.
Okay, no, wait a second. Mr. Dole, let me ask you.
You got a good system here. You got the white folk here, and you got the
I'm segregated.
colored girl over there. And
Right.
the other way.
I'm segregated over
But let me ask you something. I'm curious. No one's ever asked you this before, and I've been known to ask outrageous questions. Have you ever slept with a black woman?
Well, to be honest with you, Howard Stern, love is blind, and I've known the touch of many an ebony princess.
Really?
Sure.
Well, that's shocking.
Shock.
Well, the only problem is, who wants to make love and guard their wallet at the same time?
Right.
But I will say one thing for him, when you're finished with him, well, the bed's made and the room's spotless.
Right, all right. Now, obviously, you're a little unenlightened when it comes to black people, Mr. Dole.
I wouldn't say that. I resigned, the same week as Magic Johnson.
That's true.
That's right, and I have full respect for Magic Johnson. He's a great man.
Do you like him?
Oh, my goodness. He'll leave a lot of records unequaled in the NBA, and I'll tell you one record he'll leave.
What's that?
Nobody will ever break.
What's that?
Only man ever to get AIDS from a woman.
Yeah. Now, let me move into some other issues, because you're being very open, and I appreciate your candor here today.
Sure.
All right? How do you feel about abortion, and how do you feel about gay rights?
Well, I'll tell you, Bob Dole's against abortion. He's against gay rights.
Right.
There's one thing he's for.
Yes.
Aborting gay fetuses.
Really? Now,
Sure.
you're the only candidate who's come up. You want to abort gay fetuses.
That's right. Once you see a limp wrist on that sonogram, you get out the vacuum.
Right. Now, Mr. Dole, now let me say something here, because this is outrageous today. You are really coming out fighting.
That's right.
I don't know how many of these policies we can believe. Are you serious?
Well, sure.
Sure. Why not? Listen, let me say something today, and I think you got to say something favorable about Mr. Dole.
What's that?
A lot of people have said that you lack energy, but I got to admit something. Today, you have lots of energy. You really do.
Well, sure, I'm no friggin' fossils, Howard Stern.
Right.
What if I'm old? Even a dead Bob Dole will be better than Clinton.
Right.
Problem with Bill Clinton is he thinks it was his penis.
Right.
I'm surprised his penis doesn't deliver the State of the Union address.
Right.
And Hillary, good God, she's more annoying than crumbs on a massage table.
Crumbs on a massage table. I don't even get that reference.
I didn't get it either. Jackie gave it to me.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
You can't throw anything at the president.
Yeah, Jackie's throwing paper. Yeah, that's the President of the United States. Almost.
Lord,
right.
Almost, that's right.
Right.
I'll tell you what I don't get, though, Howard Stern. This building you work in.
You don't like it?
Good Lord, Bob Dole hasn't seen a structure this decrepit since his left arm he looked at.
I see.
I call this the hell that is 600 Madison Avenue, home of the world's greatest radio show. The world's funniest people. And that Fred fella. Good Lord, Bob Dole thinks a grown-up man should get his wife under control, make sure she's not out stripping in Broadway shows.
So you are a fan of the show. You know about Fred's wife stripping.
Well, I've been told.
Right. Now, as long as you're commenting on people from the show, how do you like our own Robin? Comment on her.
I like her a lot. She's a cute girl, but I think it's not so normal to be consumed with your sphincter and colon all the time.
Right, with her high colonics.
That's ridiculous. Bob Dole says anyone so consumed with their butt cheeks should be ashamed of their sorry existence.
Yes.
And this fellow over here, Jackie.
Jackie the Joke Man Marvel.
Yeah, damn dirty hippie, that's all he is.
Well, yeah, what about him?
He's out in the hallway trying to sell me a bunch of crappy T-shirts and CDs.
Oh, he makes those in his basement.
Yeah.
Big star.
Yeah, Bob Dole's all for capitalism, but you, buddy, you're embarrassing yourself.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Not as embarrassing as Ralph, you know, but...
You met Ralph?
Well, yeah, I saw him out there, but Bob Dole doesn't like to pick on little girls.
What did you think about some of our interns out there?
Oh, good Lord. Steve the Gorilla.
Right.
Stuttering John, Ganja. Good Lord, don't interns usually move on after 9 years, Howard Stern?
Right. Excellent point, Mr. Dole.
Yeah, by the way, Stern, I think it's damn nice you to employ that retarded fellow with the big teeth.
Oh, you like that I employ the retarded with the big teeth?
Sure. Working for a living makes him feel better about himself. Get him off the welfare rolls.
You're actually talking about Gary, our producer.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Mr. Dole, let me just say something here, because this is going very well, but I don't want to...
I'm shocked that he's here and we're talking.
I don't want to wear out your welcome. I'm flattered.
What are you throwing him out?
No, I'm thinking up questions, all right? First of all, I'm flattered at how much you know about us on the show here. That's that's really something. But all right, let me get back to the campaign, because that's what you're really here for, right?
Sure, well.
All right. What is the first thing you're going to do if you're elected president? Be serious.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do, Howard Stern, is get rid of that beast, Janet Reno.
Janet Reno, you don't like
her? Good Lord, take a look at the woman. It looked like she ran out of money halfway through her sex change operation, for God's sake.
Right, okay. Now, what about accusations that you're too mean-spirited, like saying that Janet Reno looks like she ran out of her sex change money?
Well, I'm not mean-spirited at all. When I get into the White House, I don't know what I'm going to enjoy more, screwing over the blacks or the Puerto Ricans.
So there's not going to be any blacks in your administration, is that correct?
Well, I like some of them. I wish there were more blacks like Clarence Thomas. At least he can name all his kids. Right? He can't
Right. I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about the guy. Anyway, Mr. Dole, I think it's time to wrap up.
What? Not so fast, you big hairy freak. I've chosen a running mate, and I'm giving you the exclusive.
Oh, now great. Now this is a big news. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, Bob Dole will mention who his running mate is going to be. Now, who is it?
That's right. Bob Dole's running mate for this 1996 election. Somebody who's been with me for a long time. It's going to be this pencil here.
The pencil you hold in your hand.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a number 2 pencil. His name's Dixon Ticonderoga.
Right.
Yeah, he's been with me since the Great War, Howard Stern.
You mean World War II?
No, you damn fool. The Great War. Cro-Magnon man versus Triceratops. That's right. Me and my pencil won that war, and now we're going to win the election.
Well, let me tell you something.
Dole and Dixon Ticonderoga in 96.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Dole. That pencil has more personality than Al Gore, so you might actually take the election.
That's
Isn't
a
that
good
true?
point, Howard Stern.
Well,
That's
I want to thank you, Mr. Dole. Let me ask you one last question. What do you think of that guy on Saturday Night Live who does the impression of you?
Goddamn fag.
You think he's a fag? You really think he's gay?
I think he might be.
Yeah, right. Well, that's unbelievable.
Wow.
Isn't
He's really opened up to us today.
I can't believe it. I can't believe how much you've opened up.
Right.
And look how good you look.
I'm beginning to like him a lot better.
I think I'm going to vote for Bob Dole now. I like all the things you said.
Yeah, vote for Bob Dole in 96 on account of I can't do anybody else.
Let me ask you a favor. Can I smell your pencil? I know it's been in that hand for a really long time.
Sure, absolutely.
Let me just pull it out of there.
There you go. I had it jammed up a Puerto Rican's ass last night.
Oh, stop that.
Hey, come on. Wow, do you smoke? It smells like tobacco, actually. I think you're very nervous. Of course, this is the great Norm MacDonald from Saturday Night Live who does Bob Dole so well. And he's fully made up as Bob Dole.
Well, the E-channel, right?
Right, yeah. Oh, no, you got to do that.
We've been down this road together. We've been seeing the colors fade.
Nominee for President of the United States.
I thought he was in Florida, but he's here.
He's here.
Thrown off the press with those erroneous reports.
Well, he's like John F. Kennedy Jr. He knows how to throw off the press. Here he is. He's walking in right now. A little presidential music for the Senator Bob Dole, actually ex-senator. He resigned. I see you're holding your pencil. Whoa! Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He took a fall.
Are you okay?
Were you doing the Macarena? You just took a fall. Are you all right, sir?
Yes, no problem. I'm in good shape. No problem at all.
Did you hurt yourself?
No, I don't hurt myself. I took a damn grenade back in the war. You think falling off anything hurt me?
Was that what did it to you, a grenade?
A grenade, that's right.
I didn't know it was a grenade. I had no idea.
Wasn't it a grenade?
No, I don't know what it was. What was it? I don't even know what it was. I know that you almost put out your eye with that pencil. When you fell off that stage, you almost put your eye out with that pencil, didn't you?
Yeah, and at least huh? What?
Yeah. Not ad-libbing today, are you?
That should have told him to put the pencil in his hand and his bad hand with the point down instead of,
Yeah, why is the sharp end up? Why don't you keep the eraser facing your eye and your face?
What's that now?
Okay. You're not Polish, are you, Senator? All right, let's see. Let's talk. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, it is a pleasure once again to introduce the Republican candidate for the presidency of the United States. Let's do this officially. Let's welcome Bob Dole.
Thank you. Good to see y'all.
You look great.
You know, they said Bob Dole has a sense of humor. He's laughing this morning.
Bob Dole.
I lost the voice during the summer.
Yeah, you better work on it. No, you're doing great. Bob, Senator, you have an opening statement you want to make? Go ahead.
Let me tell you something, Stern. First of all, how are you? Good to see you, you damn freak.
Oh.
And let me ask you a question. I was wondering, do you take it in the seat?
Oh, come on. Why, because I have long hair?
That's right, you long-haired beatnik. But don't worry, Bob Dole doesn't discriminate against the homos, and the queers.
Right.
Freedom for all homos, that's what I say.
Right.
In fact, I'm completely in favor of homo marriages.
Wait a second, you're in favor of gay marriage?
That's right, I changed my position on that.
You did?
Yes, that's right.
Unbelievable. You changed your position.
That's revolutionary.
I think they should have the same kind of marriage, except they have to change the line, the vows there, where they say until death do us part.
Do we have to change that?
Yeah, they're going to change it until lingering, horrible death do us part.
Talking about the AIDS virus.
Well, I don't want to say. Well, listen.
All right, listen, Dole, let's start again.
With AIDS. Let me tell you something about AIDS. I believe everybody should take an AIDS test.
You do?
In this country, but I have a little piece of advice for you. If you're going to take your AIDS test, don't cram for it the night before. That's what I say.
You're not a very... You know what? I'm going to tell you something about yourself and your personality. You seem like a very angry guy. You really do. You seem mean-spirited. That's why I think the voters are turning against you.
Well, why would I be angry, Howard Stern? I got a gimpy arm, one kidney, I'm 73-year-olds, and I'm 40 points behind the damn polls. I'm sitting on top of the damn world.
All right, so you are an angry man. Maybe, listen, let's talk about the issues with Bob Dole. This is good. I'm glad you're here. I want to talk about issues. A lot of our audience, even though they work in gas stations, they're interested in the issues. All right. So let's let the people know where you're coming from.
Where I'm coming from?
Yes.
Well, that's just the kind of damn hippie language I'd expect from you.
Politically correct, right?
Yeah, that's
right.
groovy.
All right.
Well, let me tell you something, you damn dirty beatnik. First of all, I'm against crime.
You're against crime?
Yes, I've got a hard-on for hard-on what?
You got a hard-on for hardened criminals? Is that what you're trying to say?
Right.
Come on, man. Did you rehearse at all? Do you just come in here and wing it?
Closing his eyes for that makeup.
Yeah, I mean... Damn, did you read the script ahead of time? Come on, Senator. I think that pencil hit you in both eyes.
Hard on for hard on.
I think that pratfall, he needs some drugs.
Yeah,
now you say you have a hard-on for hardened criminals?
Yeah.
What else? Forget it. All right, what is it?
Listen, what?
Come on.
The government...
bailing? Keep going.
I'm trying. The government is doing a real piss-poor job of protecting the good, hard-working Americans. Too much crime, Howard Stern.
All right, now, why is there so much crime?
Well, crime's no mystery. A crack-smoking retard knows why there's so much crime in America. It can be explained in 3 simple words.
Go ahead.
Negroes, Negroes, Negroes.
Negroes. Now, wait a second. Are you in fact blaming all of the crime in our country on the Negroes?
No, I'd never do that. I wouldn't rule out.
What are you doing using the word Negro?
Right. Well, whatever. I'm trying to talk like Bob Dole. All right.
I wouldn't rule out the Dagos and the dirty mix, but let's face facts. Those damn Negroes like 3-pack Shakur.
Right.
Let me ask you something. Is Garth Brooks getting shot in Vegas?
No.
No. Is Kenny Rogers lying in a body bag?
Is Kenny Rogers what?
I don't know. Is he lying in a body bag after getting, pissing off Pat Boone?
No, I don't see Kenny Rogers and Pat Boone trying to kill each other. No, I don't.
That's my point.
That's true.
No one will say it, but they're the problem. We must do something about it. I'm too old to deal with it, but what?
He says he's too old to deal with it. But you're saying somebody should deal with it.
Somebody should deal with it. That's right.
Well, Senator Dole, excuse me for saying this, but you are really coming off sounding racist.
Racist? I'm not racist. Ah, that sounds like something a damn dirty Jew would say. And listen, I don't mind damn dirty Jews. I'm not saying that.
Right.
You know, although it was a Jewish doctor who operated on my right arm.
Really?
That's right.
He did that to you?
Now it's about as useful as a new pair of rollerblades for Christopher Reeves. You know? I can't believe people would want to vote for that dope-smoking, draft-dodging horror master instead of me.
Now, Mr. Dole, you really sound like you're out of control this morning. I think that fall did a lot to your brain.
Hogwash. Bob Dole's not a racist.
That's right. You're not.
I thought we covered that.
yeah, we're going to cover it again.
Bob Dole's not a racist. I love Colin Powell. I love Bill Crosby. I even love that 16-year-old piece of ass Moesha.
You do?
That's
You
right.
love Moesha.
I love Moesha. There,
Right.
I said it. I'd love to hold her off the side of a bridge by the ankles until she consented to giving me oral favors. That's right. And I'll tell you something else. I like that Whoopi Goldberg.
You do?
Sure I do.
I know you don't like reading, that's for sure. No, that's wild that you, yes. Now,
Whoopi Goldberg, a black woman with a damn dirty Jew name. There you go.
You know, I just noticed Mr. Dole switched pages of his script with his bad hand. It's amazing. I don't know how he did it, but he did
I
it.
think it's a fake.
Now, I'm surprised you like Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, sure. I'd grab her big chocolate cake ass and have my way with her plantation style.
Yeah.
That's right. Wait a minute. Did I think that, or did I say it out loud?
I don't know. Either way, Mr. Dole, I think that what you're saying is, and I'm glad you're saying this, I think you're trying to say you love black people, right?
Well, sure. Bob Dole loves black people.
He does.
Yes. I harbor no will against the Negroes as a concept, you know.
Right.
And I have a message for Negroes. Go ahead, drink your Thunderbird, play your rap music, rape your own sister, smoke your crack. Libby and I will continue to do hard work for you while you sleep in your own feces-covered mattresses. Bob Dole's for all Americans.
All right. Well, that's nice to say. All right. Well, that's a little better.
I think that will get the black vote.
I mean, he really does sound you sound insensitive. You know that. And that's what people accuse you of, being insensitive.
And out of touch.
That's right.
Well, that's not true at all. What? I may sound insensitive, but deep down I'm a softie, you know. I may sound like Hitler, but I feel like more like Eva Gabor. Eva Gabor.
Really? You feel like Eva Gabor?
Sisters.
Yeah. Magda, do you think Merv actually had sex? I always wondered about that. What's that about?
Whether Merv had sex with Eva Gabor?
Merv Griffin.
I don't know, Mr. Dole.
He's a dirty fruit, isn't he?
No, of course not. No.
I thought. No, I heard there was some rumor about Merv Griffin kind of having sex with that Danny Terrio.
Well, Danny Terrio said that Merv came on to him. Yes.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
All right. Now, what you're saying here this morning? Let me see if I got this right. Okay. You're saying there's a softer side to you that we don't see.
I'll tell you, Bob Dole has romance in his body all the way to the tip of these dead fingers of mine.
You have romance in your body. Oh,
yeah.
Ooh, that's just creepy.
How does he show that?
I don't want to know. Let him use his dead fingers on you. Mr. Dole, let's change the subject. All right, here we go. Senator, President Clinton has refused to release all of his medical records.
Yeah.
What do you think he's hiding?
Yeah, well, he says they're embarrassing.
Right.
Yeah.
What is he trying to hide?
Let
do you
me
know?
tell you. Sure, two words.
What?
Throat syphilis.
Throat syphilis.
That's right.
You think that's what he has?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that's disgusting.
I've never heard of it.
Throat syphilis? You never heard of that?
No.
Yeah, well, that's what fruits get.
Maybe he has a clitoris in his nose. All right, let's change the subject again. Let's change the subject again.
Doesn't inhale. Maybe he didn't swallow either.
Let's do something. Let's see if we can't help your image. All right. All right. Do you have any pets?
Pets? Yes, damn right I have pets. I have a dog with a club foot. I got a cat with a hunchback. Got one of them six-legged rabbits. Got a goldfish with epilepsy.
Yeah.
That's right.
There's something wrong with
Is that because of your own affliction that you?
Yes, I believe all life is sacred. No creature with a defect should be destroyed, except maybe Stuttering John.
Right.
That's right. What the hell? He should live too.
All right. You know what? I think you're mellowing out, Mr. Dole. I really do.
Yeah, that was soft to let
Stuttering John live. That shows a softer side to you.
Well, with age brings wisdom, you know.
Right.
Unless you're Ronald Reagan, you know, then it brings Alzheimer's.
Right. Good point.
That character. Went over to visit Reagan last month at his ranch, you know.
Right.
Yeah, Nancy said he was out back riding horses and chopping wood. So I go back to see him, you know.
Yeah.
find him riding wood and chopping horses.
Wow, just the opposite.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
The polar opposite. But seriously, Stern, last week I got a Mother's Day card from the Cafe Jack Off.
You did? You got a Mother's Day card from Ronald Reagan.
That's right.
Wow. Hey, listen, speaking of...
Robin got a Mother's Day card from the Harlem Globetrotters.
Wow. Now, let me ask you something, Senator Dole, all
I
right?
heard that on Carson a long time.
Oh, really? Yeah, all right. Well, that's okay. It's all right to take material from there. Senator Dole, well, you bring up Ronald Reagan, and you have an advanced age. How is your health holding up?
Oh, I'm fine. Only thing is my colon falls out every once in a while.
What?
That's
Really?
right.
Oh, my.
Jackie, you're wearing finger cuffs. Could you be a good fella? Tuck it back in there. Come on. Yeah, what?
Out right now.
Yeah, is your colon out right now?
Yeah, my colon's out.
Yeah.
Sometimes it kind of dangles out there like a dirty accordion in a hurricane.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. You want to hear Lady of Spain?
Yeah, that's good. Wouldn't that be ironic if you lose all sensation in your arm and you have a hand like Bob Dole?
Yeah, that'd be a f***ing riot.
You are. I can see you're a personable guy. You have a certain charisma when people meet you. You have a lot of good ideas. Why are you still losing to Clinton?
Oh, God, that beats me. I can't believe people want to vote for that dope-smoking, draft-dodging horror master instead of me. I just don't get it. Man cheats on his wife.
Right.
If he were a real American like me, he'd do what I did. Bill Clinton would dump his first wife and trade her in for a younger model like you do with a car.
Right.
Let me tell you, Stern, I love that new bitch smell. What?
That new wife smell?
Oh, yeah, that new wife smell.
You love that. All right, listen to me. Let's see if we can't make this happen a little more, all right? Let's have some final thoughts from you, all right? The Brady bill.
I'm against it. Completely against it. What is that again?
Buying handguns.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, right.
No, I just need some help. No, I'm against the Brady bill.
You are?
Yes, it violates our God-given right to buy arms immediately. So we can go out and shoot any son of a bitch that tries to break into your home and rape your wife and then tie you up and put a little red ball in your mouth while they take a curtain rod and violate you while playing rap music in the background.
Right. Now, this didn't happen to you, did it?
What?
I said that didn't happen to you, did it?
It won't happen again, I'll tell you that.
All right. With rap music, huh? Yeah. Wow. Well, let me tell you something. I want to thank you for coming in. You were terrific today. You've never been more right on. It's unbelievable. And your preparation was incredible.
Excellent.
Right. And you're a good guy. I could see that you're a good guy. You know, maybe people...
Has he changed your mind?
No. I'm still not voting for him.
What? You're not voting for me?
Well, I'm thinking about it. All right?
Let me tell you, you don't vote for me, I'm not going to see your movie.
Really?
That's right. That movie by itself could bring down the entire country.
Wait a second. By the time it's out, you'll be an asterisk in the history books. You know that, don't you, Bob Dole?
Oh, wow.
Did you just say the F word?
No.
Do I say that?
You almost said it. No,
But
you
that's
said F
right
you.
there.
F you.
Oh,
F
okay.
you.
F you, Howard Stern. Don't reach out to shake my... What?
I was going to shake your hand.
No, don't do that.
Why?
My hand's as dead as Minnie Pearl, you bastard.
Oh, you got through that all right, didn't you? Oh, the makeup was excellent, too. Yeah, now he warms up. Wow. Senator Bob Dole.
Bob Dole.
As
Bob
played
Dole.
by Norm MacDonald, of course, the only good person left on Saturday Night Live.
Yes!
Yeah.
How great is Josh Brolin?
Oh, he was amazing.
I love
Such
to
a
meet
good
that
guy. And before we went out, Josh Brolin looked up at the audience and he went, "Well, fellas, let's shut these fuckers up." And it was like the end of the Wild Bunch. Where it was like, "Let's go! This is gonna bomb!" It was like very liberating.
That guy's a man.
Yeah.
Have you seen that Coen Brothers movie, the last one?
Hail Caesar?
Yeah.
No, I have not seen it.
An army of technicians and actors and top-notch artistic people are working hard to bring to the screen our biggest release of the year. Hail Caesar is a prestige picture with one of the biggest stars in the world, Baird Whitlock.
Well, it's really badly promoted because it makes it look like it's an old movie with George Clooney in it. But it's not. It stars Josh Brolin. And Josh Brolin has this scene with Clooney where he throws him up against the wall. And this guy's so manly, Josh Brolin. I mean, it's literally a square job, you know? And he's so, like, cool looking, and he just makes Clooney look like a woman. But, boy, I love Josh Brolin.
You know who's a real man? Have you ever interviewed Josh Brolin?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My God, huh?
Yeah, total stud.
It's a manly man.
He is a
You got a
hot
thing for
piece
Josh
of-
Brolin?
Huh?
You got a thing for Josh then? Sleep, tread lightly in there.
No. No, I mean, he's a hot piece of tail.
Yeah, his tail is on fire.
It's been so long since you came around. Need one more chance to make this right. So stay till the morning. Stay till the night. Stay forever. Won't miss this time. Just
Processed the information that Rolling Stone had Norm MacDonald ranked 135 out of 144 all-time SNL cast members. Hey, Rolling Stone, you're irrelevant. That's a garbage call.
You know, it's funny when Rolling Stone comes out and says, "Oh, Norm MacDonald, number 147." When did you start smoking?
Oh, no, I just do this to relax.
To look cool?
I apologize.
Okay.
I quit smoking.
No, but seriously, when Rolling Stone comes out with a list of who was the funniest,
Yeah.
like they put you like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you were one of the best guys on Saturday
That was a
Night
very
Live.
funny thing, because when I went to the 40th anniversary, you know, I went to the
party.
My friend had the magazine, the Rolling Stone, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, they listed all the guys. And then I go, as long as a joke, you know. I said, as long as I'm trying to pick the person that's been the least known person ever. So there was a British girl once that was on the show for literally 3 episodes. I go, at least I just hope I beat Morweena Banks. No.
You didn't beat her.
So I go, wait, and then now I'm in shock, you know. So then I remember when the show first started, they had a fellow named George Coe who would play the old guy.
Yeah.
Because they figured they needed an old guy. I go, well, as long as I beat George Coe. No.
Anthony Michael Hall. You didn't beat. Like, I mean, he would probably admit he was not good on
I
that.
didn't beat 3 people that never appeared on the show. Laurie Metcalf.
Oh my goodness.
Who has never appeared on the show.
Who did you beat? You beat like 3 people.
Well, I don't want to say who I beat.
Why do you think that happened?
Because how big an insult would that be?
Were you offended by that, or you really don't care?
No, I didn't care. But, you know, it's just one guy. This is what I learned. I didn't realize this, but I just learned this because my nephew does it. He, as a way to make a living, he just lives with his father in his basement. He makes lists on the internet. Everything about the internet is hits. How many hits can you make?
That's right.
So, you know, when they say, like, you won't believe what these beautiful stars look like now that they're old bags, and then you hit them, you know,
and
you
list.
see a list of a bunch of old bags. And so you end up hitting like 50, 60 ones. So my nephew,
right?
For some reason, because it's on the internet, you think it has some authority, but no, it's my nephew in his basement.
I know, but you have
and
the right attitude.
The best one he did is 10 celebrities that went black but did come back.
That's a good list. Who's on that list?
I couldn't remember.
But I mean, it is.
Billy Bob was on it.
It's true. Don't we tend to see these things like Rolling Stones, and then we take them as gospel?
Sure.
Like if that makes you feel better, there's something wrong with you. Because it's some asshole sitting there deciding that you were not the funniest guy. And yet, the brilliance of Norm MacDonald was doing the news. That's a fucking hard gig to pull off. And also the Jeopardy sketch. And Larry King, those alone put you at least
in
the top 20.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, it is finally official. Murder is legal in the state of California. A down-and-out O.J. Simpson, depressed that all of his money-making ideas have failed, has decided to go back to doing what he does best, killing people. A new book claims that Madonna once smeared peanut butter all over John F. Kennedy Jr.'s body and then licked it off, which just goes to show you Madonna's a whore. And finally, Weekend Update would like to congratulate Madonna, who gave birth to a beautiful baby girl last Monday, The baby weighed in at 6 pounds 9 ounces, making it the 4th largest object ever to pass through Madonna's birth canal. This week, in a secret ceremony in Australia, Michael Jackson was married for the 2nd time. Asked what makes his new bride special, the King of Pop said, quote, "She has taught me about the power of imagination, like imagining that a grown woman is a 10-year-old boy." You know he's a homosexual pedophile, right? You understand? Sources report that Michael Jackson's baby is due February 27th, and it's going to be named Michael Jackson Jr. Michael plans to be with the mother during the delivery, in his words, to make up for not being there for the Sources report that Michael Jackson's baby is due February 27th. It's conception. The last word was conception, so. Last week at a dramatic press conference about the crash of TWA Flight 800, ABC News correspondent Pierre Salinger displayed a document which he believes is proof that the jet was shot down by a U.S. Navy missile. Later, he proudly showed reporters his solid gold Rolex that he bought on the street for just $15. That's one ugly bastard, isn't it? This week, renowned heart surgeon Michael DeBakey attacked the hypocrisy of Hollywood stars who oppose the use of animals in medical research and yet wear ribbons supporting the war on deadly diseases like AIDS. In response, animal activist Ricky Lake said, quote, "But the red ribbon diverts attention from my gigantic ass." If it wasn't for the red ribbon, people would notice my gigantic ass more. By wearing the red ribbon, less people... This week, in arguments before the Supreme Court, lawyers for President Clinton asked that the sexual harassment suit brought by Paula Jones be delayed until he leaves office. According to Clinton's attorney, quote, "If the president were hauled into court every time some nut accused him of sexual harassment, he'd have no time to scare up tail." You like scaring up the tail. Okay. Veteran news anchorman David Brinkley apologized to Bill Clinton for an election night commentary in which he called the president, quote, "boring and uncreative." Admitted Brinkley, "There was certainly nothing uncreative about the way you moved Vince Foster's body." The president's a murderer. You didn't know that? Safer drivers, men or women? Well, according to a new survey, 55% of adults feel that women are most responsible for minor fender benders, while 78% blame men for most fatal crashes. Please note that the percentages in these pie graphs do not add up to 100% because the math was done by a woman. For those of you hissing at that joke, it should be noted that that joke was written by a woman. So now you don't know what the hell to do. No, I'm just kidding. We don't hire women. People here asked me to do the show, you know. I gotta say, I felt kind of weird, you know. I don't know if you remember this, but I used to actually be on this show, you know. I used to do the weekend update news routine, you remember that? And, yeah. That's where I did the make-believe news jokes, you know. That was me, right? So then, a year and a half ago, right, I had a sort of a disagreement with the management at the NBC. I wanted to keep my job, right? And they felt the exact opposite. So you see, they fired me because they said that I wasn't funny, you know? Now, with most jobs, I could have had a hell of a lawsuit on my hands for that, but see, this is a comedy show. So they got me, you know what? But now, this is the weird part, right? It's only a year and a half later, and now they asked me to host the show. So I wondered, I go, hey, wait a second here. Hey! I go, how did I go in a year and a half from being not funny enough to be even allowed in the building to being so funny that I'm now hosting the show? How did I suddenly get so goddamn funny? It was inexplicable to me, because a year and a half, let's face it, is not enough time for a dude to learn how to be funny. Then it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So yeah, I'm funny compared to, well, you'll see later. Okay, so let's recap. The bad news is, I'm still not funny. The good news is, the show blows. All right, folks, we got a bad show for you tonight. Dr. Dre, Snoop Doggy Dogg, and Eminem are here. We'll be right back.
Where did you go?
I had to go powder my nose.
Oh, man. I've never seen a guest do that before.
I had to go.
You ran away during the commercial break.
I ran away, I freshened up, I powdered my nose.
Freshened up?
And then I took a piss in the sink.
All right. One of the stars of that.
I think we're short a cup.
What?
Well, we should have 2 cups.
You know, we should have 2 cups. What is wrong tonight? This is the weirdest show.
Oh, here's the cup.
Wow, there we go. That's a crack team we got.
I don't know how many of you guys have been in the South, but it's like, it's a different world down there. It's a completely different world down there. It's like, have you been to the South?
I rode the rails once through the South. Ran into a guy named Kitchener Leslie. A tough man he was. But a man still the same. Now I'm thinking in Norm's cadence.
So I was ordering my coffee, and I felt this weird, vibe behind me. It was weird. So I turned around, and this guy was, reaching for me. And I'm like, whoa.
What do you mean reaching for you? Like, to touch you?
Yes. Don't do that. That's not cool.
Yeah, thank you.
That's not cool. So this
I grew up in Alabama.
I love the South. We have a lot of affiliates down there.
Hey.
The South. What do you always say, Norm?
Well, because I love the South, and I always say, if there was no South, there'd be no North.
There you go.
You know, this...
Exactly.
Somehow tonight, because of you, Norm, this talk show became a back porch.
Party with my drunk, the guy who's always telling those stories where you just have to sit, no, I mean, your stories are good, but you know what I mean?
What the hell was that?
No, you know what I mean, where you sit there and you're like...
Listen, I'm not going to kid you. I enjoy the occasional smidgen of whiskey. I enjoy an occasional schooner of beer.
Schooner of beer?
I'm not
a schooner of beer.
Schooner.
I'm not going to say...
What century are you from? I like a flagon every now of mead, if you will.
All right, fine. Fine, I'll be a little more modern in words that you'll understand. I occasionally enjoy stuffing my mouth full of OxyContin.
Oh, jeez. All right, I'm ending this segment now.
me and Norm, when we did Billy Madison, I said I would tell
Yeah.
the story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's like the first time you guys worked together in a movie, right?
Yeah. Movie. I mean, was it? It was the first movie.
That was our first movie.
Hey, we're right here, guys. We're right here.
Yeah. We're doing a pool scene. I'm Billy Madison, of course. So old Billy's going to talk to you and Frank.
I played Frank.
You're going to turn and clarify everything with him?
I get nervous with Normie behind me. But
they wanted me to play a drunk.
That's right. That's right.
And so I said, you got some booze?
No,
but also he called me Frank, and in my mind I was thinking, who the is Frank?
That's right.
You got to go by a different name in the movie. Like, my name's Norm, as you know. So, in the movie, I play this dude, Mitch. Mitch. Right? So, it's hard. A guy calls you Mitch, and you go, what? And then they go, cut, we're wasting money. They get all mad. And I go, I'm sorry, the guy called me Mitch, you know what I mean? And I said, why can't he call me Norm, This is a name, who the hell cares, wanted to have me called a character called name of Billy. Yeah, but things quickly became problematic with that because during the scenes, whenever a person would say to me, hey, Billy, I would go, huh? And then they go, Billy, Billy. And I go, oh, yeah, Billy. Right. Fred plays a character on the show named Fred.
Oh, good.
Yeah. We initially called him Mark.
Yeah, that's my name.
I know.
Mark Bergeron.
It was kind of an homage to you, but
Thank you.
Every time we said Mark, he wouldn't look or respond.
So you had to go with the old standard Fred.
Yeah, there'd be many scenes where I go, Mark, hand me some cheese. And he'd go, who's Mark?
And that didn't work so well?
They wanted me to play a drunk.
That's right. That's right.
And so I said, you got some booze?
No,
but also he called me Frank, and in my mind I was thinking, who the is Frank?
That's right.
That's right. Welcome to Norm MacDonald Live, episode number 2, and tonight we have the great Tom Green on the show. We will be asking him questions, interviewing him. I will be interviewing him along with my trusty sidekick, Adam Egret.
It's Egret.
Egret.
He's
right.
I had a little guy on my show that I found in the
A little
Royal York.
person.
A little person.
Should explain to the folks.
And he was an alcoholic. And
like Adam
we
Egret.
put him up. Yeah, we put him up at the Royal.
Okay, we're back with Adam Egret and Egret, rather. Here, Fred.
I'm Adam.
Whatever. Well, the name's a name. Jesus Christ, it gets fucking.
You knew what he meant.
Yeah. What's an octoroon?
Well, I don't know. It seems to me some
eighth of a black guy? Is that what you're going to say?
Isn't it an octoroon, Andy?
It is an eighth of a black guy. Who is Andy? You were just,
who is Andy?
You just said Andy.
I was thinking of Andy Kindler, my good friend. Because you're I thought he was here.
No,
it seemed
it's
almost
Adam.
like it was part. Yeah,
Adam.
That's fine.
Andy and Adam.
No,
That's
fine.
great. It sounds close. Adam Sandler,
it's
Andy
close enough.
Sandberg.
Oh, boy.
You know what I mean?
Adam. Yeah. How could I forget that?
A new study shows dogs can tell when people are doling out fake praise. So I guess that's the one thing that differentiates my dog from Adam Idget. Who's Adam Idget? Oh.
Just a funny name.
Oh, just a funny name? Okay.
He was posed nude for the cover of Rolling Stone except for a hat hanging off his wiener. And this morning, Adam Egat. Oh, is that your name? Fucking change it. And this morning, Adam woke up and said, hey, where's my hat?
Sorry. Adam Egret, who is, by the way, I'll just remind you, he's over here. That's him. Yeah. It's a joke, an Adam Egret joke.
How do you say the name?
Adam Egret.
Egret. Spelt differently.
Like the bird.
That's Egret.
Do you know what Adam Egret has in common with a guitar player?
Adam Egret has in common with a guitar player. No, I don't know.
They both love fingering minors.
Now, okay, come on now. Come on now.
I think we.
Oh, don't tell me.
I think we have a phone call.
We have a phone call?
We have a phone call.
A phone call, a surprise phone call.
What was it?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Hello?
Sounds like he's dying.
Hello?
Hello?
Super Dave. Can you hear us, Super Dave?
Hello? Is this Norm?
Yeah.
What a fucked up connection.
Are you on a cell phone?
What difference does it make what I'm on?
Turn off your radio.
Stupid podcast. I might as well be on a can with a string.
Super Dave.
So amateurish.
Super Dave, during the commercial, Kevin and I were recalling the first time you ever met.
Don't recall anything. This is so out of line.
Did I recall something?
Listen to me carefully. First of all, I'm talking on an echo.
Are you in the desert?
No, I'm not in Palm Springs. I'm out. Doesn't matter where I am.
Sounds like he needs help, wherever he is.
Well, Kevin Nealon is with us.
I love him. Do you know something? That the two of you are my favorite all-time Canadian comedians.
Do you know that I introduced you and Kevin Nealon to each other?
Yeah, I do. I know that. I knew a lot of things before you started doing this stupid podcast.
Do you know that I introduced you on...
Listen to me now. I have a question to ask you.
Oh, okay. A question.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay, listen to me carefully. It has been documented that twins, when one twin gets a mosquito bite, the other itches. If a twin has an allergy, the other sneezes. Why didn't Jared Collins...
Fortunately, we can all finish the joke.
Well, that was a great Super Dave Osborne.
Well, we lost Super Dave.
He was doing that to get back at us.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
He hung up just as he was about to do it.
Yeah.
By the way, that was a great Super Dave call, by the way.
The best.
I mean, he is so funny.
Yeah.
The phone is ringing. Soon Super Dave should be answering from the desert. Phone ringing right now.
Hello?
Bob! Super Dave!
No.
Where did you go?
No.
What are you in a grocery
Stupid
store?
show cut me off. You broke away in the middle of a great joke.
No, it got disconnected.
No, they said you hung up.
No, I didn't hang up.
Go ahead and finish the joke.
You disconnected me.
Just finish the joke.
I was right in the middle of the twin setup, and then I was going to say, if twins know everything, how come Jared Collins didn't question that his ass hurt for 22 years?
We got a good connection now.
What a bunch of shit. What?
Now,
hey, you know what? I was sitting in an indoor eating place, like at a mall, and this guy, this 21-year-old, I'm telling you the truth, had the worst Tourette's I've ever seen. He would give a left-hand turn signal, take his hamburger, do a halo above his head, take a bite, stand up, turn around, and bark. And I realized two things. One, he would be the greatest third base coach in the history of baseball. And two, more people were watching him than Norm MacDonald live. Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you realize that Jody Arias has been on television longer than McClain Stevenson was after Matt?
He says Jody Arias has been on TV longer than McLean Stevenson.
He doesn't know.
No, I have no idea.
You have no idea who either of those people are. Jody Arias murdered her
allegedly
abusive husband. While he
why did you bother to call me
McLean Stevenson was the long-running star of Hello, Larry.
Hello, Larry.
What's that, Super Dave?
Are you still on the air? Are you still on the air?
I don't even.
Yes. We're trying to get Bill Macy. Do you know Bill Macy?
Oh, he'd be a great guest for your show.
That's what I tell everybody.
Dead. You know what? I think he's dead, and he would be great for your show.
No, he's not dead. Let's not start any rumors that'll hurt the man's career.
Bill Macy's not dead?
No, he's 96.
He's 96?
Yeah, he's 96, and his cock gets harder than Kevin Nealon.
Tony Bennett. Do you know that Tony
That's
Bennett
what it says in his IMDb.
is 86?
Hey, whenever I'm feeling low, Super Dave, I just like to think of Roy Orbison fucking.
Roy Orbison's dead.
Oh, is he dead? Well, I never speak ill of the dead, so I apologize.
Yeah, he's buried next to Bill Macy. Do you know what's really sad? Is you guys are so talented that this is so sad.
He's right.
It's like a mental institution.
Yeah, it is a little sad.
Daniel Kellison just wrote me on the monitor here, and it says, "Bad news, Super. We have to end the show."
How did he know? How does he know when it ends?
Well,
Who
I don't
knows
know.
when it begins or ends?
Much for calling in, Super Dave. Please come back.
I didn't call in, asshole. I didn't call in. You called me. I'm not calling into this. Let me explain something. If I'm homeless, I'm not calling in. Jesus Christ, thanks for calling in.
Sorry, Super Dave.
We're closing up the studio. We're turning the lights out. You keep talking, though.
You care? You think I care about that? You think when you turn the lights out, it's going to be a big difference? I can talk all night and we'll still be reaching the same people. Hey, let me tell you something. Why don't you get something that is semi-professional? You're a bunch of asswipes right now. I'm getting on a bus and I'm going to scream out the window and I'll reach 20 more people than you did tonight. I'm telling you, don't ever call me again. Don't ever try to get a hold of me. I will never do this show again as long as I...
Yeah. You know, there's so many naturally funny guys. Sometimes with stand-up, I'll get in a cab, and the guy will go, "Guy will tell me, you got to be the funniest guy ever, you know? He's just this cab driver, way funnier than me." And he goes, "I don't know how you do it." And I'm going, "Oh, that's good, because you'd be way better than I would." He's like, "How do you do it? You stand up on stage." I could never do it. I guess I'll just have to drive this cab for the rest of my life. What do you do again? Stand up there? Nah, that seems impossible. So I go, "That's good." Sometimes I'll go, I'll be in a cab, and I'm talking to the guy's the funniest guy I've ever met, you know? He's like, "I don't know how you do it," you know? I'm like, "What the? You're way the fuck funnier than me." But I'm glad you think it's so
great.
difficult, you know?
Right.
Because if it wasn't, I think of all my relatives that were great anecdotalists and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But there's this feeling that they can't do it, you know?
Right.
And of course you can.
This week is Taxi Cab Appreciation Week, so to all you taxi cab drivers out there, I'd appreciate it if you'd take a shower once in a while. How's that go?
We want to talk about your uncle, because every time you come on the show, you have a story about your uncle who lives up in Canada.
Oh, yeah, he's a Frenchman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you always have like a little story about him.
Jean-Luc. Oh, yeah, he's a crazy character, that dude. He originally visited New York City. Hello?
I'm just having a drink. I can listen to you and have a drink. It's not like I went like this. Hold it. Ooh. Ah, liquid. Huh? I'm still here. Let's see if I got this right. You've got an uncle, lives up in Canada, named Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc.
Occasionally he visits. Once time he visited New York.
So I'm living in New York, you know? And Jean-Luc, I'm excited. Jean-Luc's going to come back, my crazy Frenchman uncle. So he gets in the cab, right?
When he gets to the airport.
Yeah, when he gets to the airport, the cab driver picks him up, and the cab driver says to him, "Hey, Frenchman," he says, do you like riddles, you know? So my uncle Jean-Luc is like, yes, I love the riddles. That's how he talks. He goes, I like nothing better than a riddle. So the cabbie's like, all right, here's one, right? So here's the riddle. His brothers and sisters, I have none, but this man's father is my father's son. So my uncle goes, I don't know. Right? So the cabbie goes, it's me. It's me.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Oh, he thinks about it. Oh, my God, he says, that's a good riddle there. He says, I have to tell my wife, Mary Claire, when I get back to Gaspé. That's where he lives, Gaspé.
Right.
So he's like, take me back to the airport. And the cabbie's like, what? Right? The cabbie's like, I thought you wanted to go visit Norm then. No. I go back to the airport. All right, you know, I have to tell Mary Claire. Seems odd, right?
Right.
Gets back on the plane, flies all the way back home there to Gaspé. And he gets back, right? Runs in the door. Mary Claire, where's vous? You know, where are you, Mary Claire? Come on down here. I have a riddle for you. She goes, oh, Jean-Luc, I love the riddle. She's a woman, high voice.
Michael Jackson was visiting. Yeah, all right.
So, you're going to love this riddle. How was New York? Forget about that. I got the riddle. Brothers and sisters, I have none. But this man's father, he's my father's son. She goes, I don't know. Who is it? Some cab driver back in New York.
You didn't mean to do that, did you?
No, I didn't.
Be honest, you didn't mean to do that.
At all. I just got to the end. That guy, man, I always tell my uncle, you shouldn't curse so much. You know?
Oh, man. All right. We're going to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.